You can't say Christ is King, you dirty Jew, and call yourself a Christian. Christians worship a Jew. It's just absurd.
For all the anti-Semites and all the replacement Christians, they're going to have to go meet Jesus in the New Jerusalem when he's ruling as the Lion of the tribe of the Jews.
And isn't it interesting in Matthew chapter 25, the criteria that Jesus will use against the world when he comes back to establish his kingdom is, how did you treat the Jews, my brethren? Wow.
Yeah, it's inconceivable to me that any Christian could be anti-Semitic. Jesus was Jewish. Jesus' followers were Jewish. The Christian religion is an outflow of the Jewish religion. It is a fulfillment of the ancient prophecies that were made centuries before Jesus was born in Bethlehem that pointed toward the Messiah, and Jesus fit those prophecies just like a fingerprint.
We're part of each other's story. We always have been. To say that Judaism is part of the Christian story doesn't even need explanation. Christianity is birthed out of Judaism.
Christianity is Jewish. It's for everybody, but it's Jewish. It is the faith in the Jewish Messiah, born of a Jewish woman in a Jewish town, to fulfill the Jewish prophecies of the Jewish prophets, the Jewish Savior to the world. Christianity simply means faith in Messiah. What Messiah? The Messiah of Israel.
The original Christians were all Jews, meaning that they were part of the tribe of Judah from Israel. Okay? These are the ancient Israelites, the Hebrews. And these people, Jesus was one of them. And Jesus was their promised Messiah. And his own people rejected him.
The New Testament claims from beginning to end, from the very first verses right to the end, that Jesus is the Messiah of Israel. That Yeshua came to fulfill the prophecies. That he came first for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And then from there to the Gentile world. Every strand of text, every subtext tells the same thing.
Because the New Testament is a thoroughly Jewish document, written by Jews about a Jewish Messiah, arguing about Jewish scripture inside a Jewish society. Jesus is Jewish. The apostles are Jewish. The first believers are Jewish. The entire conversation is happening inside the Jewish world of the first century.
But nevertheless, in a passage in the Rambam that is censored, he actually says there was a positive role in the world for both Christianity and Islam, and that is to wean the ancient world away from paganism.
So therefore, Christianity is the perfect religion.
This prophecy
perfect
is
in
how
that
they
it's the
enslave
perfect
us.
false religion. What does that mean? It means that when Mashiach comes, everyone goes, okay, I got it. The Jews were right all along. Christianity and Islam are there to prepare the way for Mashiach, but not that they're true, but rather they're replacing the religions of the, let's say, the Greco-Roman world.
6. Despite the fact that the Jews had rejected him as Messiah, it was Christ who was bringing the most ancient abodes of demonic paganism, such as Egypt and others, into the church and bringing more Gentiles to the God of Israel than ever before.
I've shown this article a few times recently. It's from 2016, but it says the Jews should celebrate Christmas as a Torah victory over paganism. And that's what it is. It's a Torah victory over paganism.
The gods of the nations are the devils, as David says in the Psalms. All the gods of the nations are demons.
Bruh.
But God, Yahweh, who is Jesus, is the creator.
For most of church history, despite periods of persecution, there was a general political tolerance of Jews that was not afforded to pagans. And this might be because of Augustine. Augustine believed that Jewish people were living testaments to the legitimacy of the Messiah and the Christian faith, because in their Old Testament record, they had prophecies that we've gone over that pointed to the Messiah.
When we laugh at the Christians that they worship JC. You know,
This
if JC would live
prophecy is
today,
how they
he would be a
enslave
very
us.
big Rebbe. He would have 200,000 followers minimum on his Facebook page, JC.
I've seen throughout the history, throughout the last 2,000 years, billions of Gentiles believing in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob because of Jesus the Jew.
If the Christians didn't have the Jews, they wouldn't have God. Because the Jew is their God.
I am very happy that There are billions and
Says
billions
like-
of people around the world who are Christians and Muslims.
It's the birth of the Messiah that you don't believe in. So why are you so happy? How can I not be happy that millions of goyim bow down to one Jew tonight? You're laughing at me. What are you doing?
Why? I mean, what's the most basic reason for why evangelicals are so supportive of not only Israel, but the Jewish people?
I mean, I think there may be several answers to that, or several things that contribute to that. Number one is the fact that of Jesus of Nazareth himself being a Jew.
Can America, do you believe that America can remain morally stable without a biblical foundation?
I mean, no. I think that we are very lucky that America is rooted in biblical values.
The day America stops blessing Israel will be the day God stops blessing America.
Are you questioning
The
my faith?
startling fact, if you have no Jews, you have no salvation. Jesus went to the cross as a Jew to win salvation for you and you and you.
I had a friend, a priest, who was a missionary to Japan. He said nobody ever converted. And I was giving a talk once in Washington. A Japanese reporter came up to me and she said, we'll never become Christian because as soon as we become Christian, the Jews are going to take over our culture.
God blesses those who bless Israel and curses those who don't. And if America stops blessing Israel, it will stop being blessed as sure as 1 and 1 are 2. You need to remind every American of that. We are blessed, and it is not a coincidence that this is the country that has most blessed Israel.
There are some biblical prophecies that say that control of Jerusalem by the Jews is important for the second coming of Christ.
This entire matter is based upon faith of our Maker, of our Creator.
How would you like to see the Capitol Police
There's a
on
new
there?
government in Israel. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of the U.S. relationship with Israel?
There have been two nations created to glorify God, Israel and the United States of America. I will bless both, I will honor both, I will do all I can to stand and defend them.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Take care.
Overall, I have a very positive view of Christianity and its role in the world. The Rambam says very clearly that one of the silver linings that Christianity has brought to the world is that concepts of Torah have been brought even to the farthest islands in the middle of the ocean, right? Through different works and missionary activities throughout the centuries.
Epic new intro video, super mix from John Garatis. Bunch of see-through-it-all clips, very powerful. Of course, being suppressed and ignored, but the Christians and the Muslims cannot ignore this forever, although they will try. Amalek is here. There's tons of stuff to cover. Elon clips, Trump clips, more UFO demon updates, some Christ is King controversy, some hating ankle biter is quitting Twitter, Amy Dangerfield on Julian Dore clips, tons of stuff to get through today. Gonna be a huge show, only made possible thanks to you guys and your support. I'm Adam Green. This is No More News. It is Thursday, May 21st, 2026. What's up, Amalek? Thanks for being here.
Not much. Ready to go over the fun stuff.
Ready to get into it. Here's the first one. Trump again. It's like every day he teases that he's going to become king and emperor of Edom. He says he's going to be in office for 2028, maybe even 2032, which would make him how old? 88, something like that.
Come on, when's the first one coming? They said in 28. I said, I'm going to be here in 28. Maybe I'll be here in 32, too. I don't know. Maybe I will. But I'm going to be here in 28. And I'll tell you, come on, when's the...
He might just mean alive, not necessarily in office. Republicans against Trump, I think, is pulling a fast one. Remember when Miriam said she'd give him another $250 million to run again? And she says, Dershowitz says we could do it.
And now I met Alan Dershowitz, and he said the legal thing about 4 more years. And I said, Alan, I agree with you. So we can do it. think about it.
Alan's
and I
here
would be,
someplace. Where's Alan?
Alan is here. Oh, he had a flight. Alan is here. Think about it.
Thank you.
Maybe I will.
The Jews, they love me, 99% support. I might go be the king of the border peace of Gaza and rule in the Middle East when I'm done in America. Dershowitz said it's all good. I can become king of Edom.
First one who told me, or second. Yeah.
She said, think about it. I'll give you another 250. But
I will give.
But her husband.
And
You think they're going to go for it? Amalek, what do you think? War intensifies, new pandemic. What would it take for Trump to try to stay in office in 2028?
Yeah, I think they're gonna make some sort of play, some sort of like chaos play where like it's kind of like everyone asks for him to do it, if that makes sense. Like maybe some George Floyd's going on. The economic situation is totally fucked. Like all these things all together, all at once, at the same time, kind of thing. And then people will be like, "Well, we want him to do it." Is what I think. That's what they're trying to do anyway.
They will say they want him to do it too. I'm looking for a clip here. He says, "Oh, that's not that one. I thought I had it." He talks about, if the Republicans don't win in the midterms, if they don't win again, this country's over with. We won't survive. They want to do this or that. It sounds like crazy leftists saying Trump's going to try to stay in for another term, but like he only teases it every day. His audience totally wants it. Miriam Adelson and his biggest Jewish backers are down for it. So we'll see. But this is hilarious. Everybody's clowning on this. Milo's heart breaks for Don Jr. Trump acts like he doesn't even want to go to his son's wedding.
He'd like me to go, but it's going to be.
Wait a second. Did I see? Oh, I thought this guy was wearing a hat.
It's going to be just your son's wedding this weekend, by the way? He'd like me to go, but it's going to be just a small little private affair, and I'm going to try and make it. I'm in the midst. I said, this is not good timing for me. I have a thing called Iran and other things.
Trying to build a ballroom, most important. Sorry, Don Jr.
That's one I can't win on. If I do attend, I get killed. If I don't attend, I get killed. By the fake news, of course, I'm talking about. No, but he's got a very person who I've known for a long time, and hopefully they're going to have a great marriage.
Mr. President.
Hopefully.
I just actually passed by it on my.
All right, everybody's hating on that. All right, Elon says that we're going to have cybernetic chip implants that will enable godlike powers, describing the chips as creating Jesus-level miracles. Is he trying to make all of the Christian end-timesers flip out, saying stuff like this? He's going to think he's God. He's going to think they're gods and Jesus on earth. Oy vey.
I think some kind of brain machine interface that can give you cybernetic superpowers, I think, is probably good. It could, help people that have brain or spine injuries. Enable people who've never spoken for years to speak again, which we've done.
Thank you, bystander.
$10 on Rumble. It's also repetitive. Someday in the future, some rando Jew is going to pull up some gay fuck rabbi on his phone and he'll say, "We actually created no more news in order to further Jewish power."
They already say that. They already say that all the time. Everybody, schizos out there claim everybody's controlled by somebody.
I feel like they just make up a story about some subject, then just claim they were behind it after they get a general amount of facts in line. But you are right about the Abrahamic religions, though.
I see what he's saying. Yeah, I agree. They do that. What he's saying is true.
Brewmaster Monk sent $5 on Rumble. Activism idea. Upload your book to the blockchains of the federally backed cryptos.
My book on a crypto federally, but I don't know how that works. All right, as you can tell, powerchat.live/no-more-news is now turned on. We've hit the goal the last couple days. Let's keep the streak going. Anonymous, if you're out there, Anonymous.
Give people eyesight who have lost both eyes or the optic nerve, or maybe have never even seen at all, blind from birth. But
can we get a brain trip to fix Christ's brain?
Frog Eyes is asking.
Cybernetically repair Christ's brain. I like that.
Yeah. Seriously.
You know, like they're doing this thing where they're trying to say like it's for medical reasons to fix people's medical injuries and things like that. And like there is like part of that that's true and all these things. However, like it is like a superpower thing. Like I can see where this technology is going and how this is happening. And if somebody did have like an AI implanted in their brain, like with an interface, like to be able to have like just perfect memory recall. Like just imagine if everything you've ever done in your life is like recorded through your eyes, and you could like perfectly recall any memory for anything you've ever done in your life, any class you ever attended, any speech you ever watched, every video. You could literally just think about it, right? Think, oh, what was that video I saw when I was in college? And then it talked about yada, 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 yada. And it could just like play that back for you. Just that itself right there. That is basically like superhuman levels of intelligence, like being able to recall like information like that. So it is interesting because he's kind of right. But so this thing will be used to both enslave people, but also like make a sort of like augmented superhumans for the people who can afford it.
I think it was a Black Mirror I saw. It was something like everything that anybody sees was like surveillance tape that they could go back and check. So whatever comes in through your eyes gets processed through your brain chip and uploaded to the AI cloud that can be recalled at any time.
That is so much part of like brain power and intelligence, right? It's like recalling information that you have stored in your brain. Imagine if you could just offload all of that to like a cloud server basically and just recall memories just on the fly that you've had your whole life. You know what I mean? Like that is kind of crazy. That's kind of how I'm using AI anyway.
Direct interface to the optical centers in the brain. You can actually restore eyesight, or give people eyesight that they've never had before. And you can enable people to walk again, which I think is profound. I mean, these are kind of Jesus level things, like, let's say like when technologies are hitting like Jesus level miracles, like, that's pretty good.
Jesus level. Uh-oh, they think they're God. He had to say it. Speaking of Elon, here's a clip going around of his baby mama talking about what did Elon say to her right after he finished inside of her?
But like, I don't know how to explain like how surreal it is in that moment. You're like 23, I'm a single mom, and all of a sudden I'm like on the jet of like the richest guy in the world, and he's like pouring me red wine and telling me how nice the wine is. He like reiterates like 4 times. He's like, this is a really nice bottle of wine. And I was like, honestly, I can't tell the difference between this and a box of Francia, but like, I'm sure it's nice if it's on your plane. So, like I just don't know how much I want to say.
I hate her videos so much.
Well,
the makeup videos?
Because there's so many, and we will address this later, like the baby trapping
Big
scandal.
swank fell.
I like how she's blowing the whistle on the
You're all taking the
MAGA, though.
I have like an 80 so I'm considering it.
That's funny.
Would I? There are circumstances where I possibly would, yes.
Saying we baby trapped. So, not exactly proud of this, but like, I was a young hoe, okay? I slept with him on this plane, joined the Mile High Club, and the first time we engage in coitus, do you know what he says to me? He literally says, pick a name. This man did not know me from Adam, okay?
Pick a name. He brings this Jewish e-girl, TPUSA MAGA shill on his plane, pours her some red wine, finishes inside of her and says, pick a name. How many girls has he done that to? Is that not crazy? Elon is
like, I bet he's like enhancing his sperm, right? Like he's probably like taking supplements and all sorts of crazy shit to like make sure that it works. Like, right? Like he's got to be doing that.
But like,
pick a name. What was the name she picked? I can't remember. Maybe nobody knows. Pick a name. Is that not a baller line or what? He's like, I'm populating the earth. Pick a name. Just planted in you the highest autistic billionaire IQ in the world. That's crazy.
To go for you
on the plane. I love that she says she was a young hoe.
I think it is a good thing if men.
Okay, hold on. This is now Pomerantz, John Potteritz, celebrating that quote-unquote Jewish money beat Thomas Massey. Let's see this one.
Massey and the people like him and others believe that if you cross the line into anti-Semitism, Jews are going to use the power that we have openly to go for you. Because
Grace, if you made a makeup video, I would watch. If you made one, I would watch it. I hate them too, but I think if you did it, it would be based. I have a feeling.
What other recourse is there? Are we just going to sit here and take it, beg for scraps, hope that nice people are nice to us? The Democratic Party is going explicitly anti-Semitic. We can see it happening. People are getting benefits.
Are these Jews just sitting in Zoom calls all day? What's going on here? Are they just sitting in Zoom calls all day, just plotting their shit? Is this what they do?
Kvetching on Zoom 24/7.
I feel like there's unlimited
just like us.
like this. Yeah.
For being anti-Semites, that seems to be part of an appeal in primaries to the left and the party. We have to use what means there are at our disposal. And in my view, and I'm going to put it blank, that is Jewish money. There is an enormous amount of Jewish money in politics, by which I mean Jewish donors.
Holy tropes. Johann.
I'd have to put something in Ashley St. Clair's mouth just to shut her up and stop her from yammering on.
Good one. Yeah. Yeah, that would fix it.
I see the lot.
Wildly disproportionate, not only charitably, but politically. And when I say charitably, I mean nobody really knows the numbers. Jews make up 2% of the population. According to some studies, Jews make up 20% of the charitable contributions made in the United States.
Oh,
annually.
like Cars for Kids?
That is a tenfold. Think about that. Think about the disproportion of that. And in politics, it's pretty close also. And if that money isn't used, why do people give money? Because they want to influence elections to get people elected who reflect their views. Well,
use their Jewish power, their Jewish money to influence elections when they're only 2% of the populations.
Cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.
Bruh. Everybody's sitting on here like, did he just say that? Are we anti-Semitic now?
And the Jews who explicitly give money because they want to make it clear to anti-Semitic candidates that they are going to have to go through a buzzsaw and that they are not going to simply waltz in and be.
If you say Jews are buying elections, well, they're going to buy the election, vote you, and get you voted out in a heartbeat to prove you wrong. Yeah, wouldn't this justify the accusations about them buying off elections? They're like, Massey's an anti-Semite. He says the Jews bought off the election. And because of that, we bought off the election with all of our money. That's crazy.
If they're treated with kid gloves by the New York Times, we are double time going to do what we can to expose who they are, to find out what we can find out about them that will harm them, and that we will do what we can to prevent them from taking office. What other choice does American Jewry have? I think it is a good thing.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh, this is the craziest clip. Did you see this one, Amalek, already? Dude, this guy that we just covered the other day, he's the one that got the anti-Semitic voicemails that were sus and unhinged. Now he's berating this black woman, trying to get her to say that neo-Nazis are supremacist. And it's funny that she won't just cave to it. She goes like, well, some are, but not necessarily. It's crazy. She's a Nazi apologist. Watch this. And I say that tongue in cheek.
No, it's true. Are neo-Nazis supremacists? It depends on which ones. They're individuals. No, I didn't ask you which ones. Some of them are plain old anti. Miss Swan, listen, I'm not reading your book if you literally can't answer this question. Are neo-Nazis supremacists? They're individuals. Some are, and some may be just plain old anti-Semites. No. Neo-Nazis are anti-Semites, okay? We're going to agree there. Right, okay. But they're also supremacists, Miss Swan. Okay, if you agree. No. You don't have to take my word for it. Right, like they are. That's the whole reason they exist.
Dude, seething so hard about supremacists when he's a part of the chosen people. God, the apple of God's eye, and they want to lecture anybody else about supremacy. That's what she should have said to him. She'll say, is there supremacy in Judaism?
Because they believe they are supreme.
You all don't seem to understand that a white
Who's they all? I'm not a neo-Nazi. Who's they all?
He doesn't even let her respond. He's racist against black people. And this black queen is standing up against these Jewish supremacists.
I'm a regular person asking another regular person if we can agree that neo-Nazis are supremacists.
I will agree with you.
Okay, I don't want you to be forced into it.
I would agree with you, but I suggest you all take the time and read my Cambridge University Press book
listen,
that was nominated for a Pulitzer Prize.
Listen, Dr. Swan, I can promise you there's no freaking way I'm buying your book. When it took 2 minutes for you to look at me and had to convince you that neo-Nazi, listen.
Because I don't like the talking points. The leftist
This is not a talking point. This is 100 years of history. Watch this. I'm going to show you how easy it is. Mr. Perkins, are neo-Nazis supremacists?
They are supremacists.
Thank you, sir. Mr. O'Neill?
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Swan, that wasn't a trick question for them. I wasn't trying to trip them up. I wasn't using
good goys
talking points. This is part of the problem. And I
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's... Dude.
Seething.
Yeah, dude.
Hysterical freak, says a bazillion thought. Absolute hysterical freak. I know, dude. He's freaking out.
Neo-Nazi.
It's like if you call anybody that criticizes Jews a neo-Nazi and then you're going to say every one of them is supremacist, they're not. Some people that maybe you want to classify as that don't think that they're the chosen master race and destined to rule the whole world and everybody else is subhuman. I wouldn't say every person they deem a neo-Nazi would believe that. Some maybe.
Well, they're playing with fire. This whole like Zionism equals Judaism thing. Like obviously we have our view of that and our understanding, but like they are kind of like messing up, I think, strategically here by doing that, because what's happening is it's making people like her think that like when you bring those two things together in the way that we talk about, like it's making like Jews are making that logic happen when they do that. You know what I mean? When they're trying to say that, anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism, that is not a winning strategy for them. I don't know why they're so insistent on that.
Yeah, she should be like, do rabbis think that Goyim are lesser than the chosen people? She should have flipped it. Like if anybody, he should be the last person to be seething about so-called white supremacy. Judaism is supremacy. Yeah, he's chimping out. He was certainly chimping out, Real Vision, in that one. Okay. Repent. Oh, what? Repent, Bree. I just realized there's a crazy typo in my tweet.
NASA's a joke.
Look at this. NASA exposed, guys. Christian hero exposes NASA.
Yes. Stop lying. Stop acting. We all never went to space. Follow Jesus. God's watching you all.
Follow Jesus, you lying Satanist, occultist.
Stop lying to the public. Your psyop isn't working on millions of us. NASA's a joke.
Dude, does the guy sound autistic? NASA's a joke. Repent. Stop lying, Satanists.
Repent before God, y'all.
Repent before God, y'all. Repent of your satanic NASA pagan lies.
NASA's a joke. Repent before God, y'all. I see through your lies. I know you never went to space.
Thank you, sir.
God's watching you all.
That's enough.
God's watching you. Yeah. Space is fake, but Jesus is real. Of course it's a Christ brain, right? Of course it's a Christian spurging out, harassing these heroes. The Bible says you can't leave the firmament. Repent now, goy. Stop lying. But no, bow down to this magical Jew and stop lying. Isn't that crazy? People want to say like, oh, it's not just Christians that believe in flat earth, or it's not just Christians that deny NASA and space travel. And then who ends up harassing them? The Bart Sabrell guy that's like, but will you put your hand on the Bible? Will you swear to God? Will you swear on the Bible?
Imagine what that must be like to have those people harass you like that. Like you were literally like in space. Yeah. And then people are coming up to you. It's like when people It's like when people scream.
It's similar to when schizos online try to call me a Zionist or try to say that like I won't talk about Jews or something.
Yeah.
That level of so far off base. Hey, stop lying, pretending like you don't like Judaism. You're a secret Kabbalist that listens to the rabbis, like that type of shit, you know? Majority of flat earthers are Christian, yeah, for sure. All right, we're going to need some more Jesus juice out of the New York Post. Former gay cure ministry leader busted trying to meet a 14-year-old boy for sex. Dude, we're going to need some prayers. Whoa, you can almost just tell with the physiognomy on that guy. You don't say. How many times has this happened? Sounds like Milo's Ministries.
And the problem too is like a lot of times people will point out and say like, oh, it happens just as much or more in schools and public schools and things like that. And the problem really isn't like that's not really the problem. It's kind of missing it. The real problem is when that kind of stuff happens in churches, it's like whispered about and rumored about, and they try to put it underneath the rug, and the church tries to settle it out of court, and they try to intimidate the victims' families and things like that. And the religion provides like a smokescreen in a way that like a public official doing the same thing or a teacher having the same thing happen like this, it just doesn't work out the same. The problem is that like religion is this thing that's like put up on a pedestal where like the people that are part of it enable this. And that does not happen in public schools. There aren't people in public schools advocating for teachers to be able to like sleep with children. Okay. And protecting it and things like that. There are people in churches advocating that this pastor did nothing wrong and, oh, this is the work of the devil. People are lying about him, yada, yada, yada. That is happening.
Married former leader of a gay conversion ministry was caught in a police sting while trying to arrange sex with a 14-year-old boy. 54-year-old father of two sent sexually explicit text messages and attempted to arrange a meetup over Snapchat and Telegram with an undercover officer posing as a teenage boy. Stopped a predator. He sent photos of his torso and genitals to this 14-year-old boy. He messaged the boy about forbidden love. You know, I forget who I was talking about with that, but we were talking about Amy Dangerfield and how like so many of these supposed trad cat LARPers are total degenerates. And it's almost like because of the Christianity, it makes them want to do more. Things are sexual things, bad things are like taboo, and it almost makes them desire them more because they're forbidden in a way, you know?
Yeah, you were talking this about me. Me, what it's kind of like. So I think of it like this way. Okay, they're like into this like transgressive rule breaking sort of sex. I don't know if you saw the one post where Amy Dangerfield literally had like the one guy that she was sleeping with had her ordered like a Catholic schoolgirl outfit for her. That was in one of the receipts like that he posted. So like it really is about the taboo, right? So when they do this thing when they go out in public and they're like, oh, I'm so Christian, it's like part of their sexual fetish, their sexual gratification. It's just like a mirrored reverse version of the trans thing, but for the right wing. Trans people want everyone to participate in their sexual fetish where they think that they're a woman. They want everyone to call them a woman, and they want to behave like in society as a woman, and they want everyone else to like participate in that sexual fetish of theirs. There is no difference between the Amy Dangerfield Catholic e-crusader girl who wants everyone to participate in her sexual fetish of like breaking the rules and transgressing the rules. Like that's what's going on there, and it's kind of gross. It's kind of sick, and that's why this stuff should just be like left as your like personal beliefs rather than mixing it with like your political identity.
Yeah, and they're always like, oh, I was so bad and evil, but now I'm forgiven and I have Jesus now. They become like sex addicts to Jesus addicts. And then they turn around and say, oh, you just don't want to be a Christian because you want to sin or you want to be gay or something, right?
Yeah.
And then it turns out they're the ones that do those things, and then they just think they're forgiven but because they're washed in the magic water. They drink the magic blood. because they believe in the sacrifice.
Yeah.
He said, quote, "Is it bad that he wants to make love to someone who is 14 in a message he sent to the undercover agent? What a creep." 2001 to 2013, he claimed to cure homosexuality. Where's Jesus? Where is Jesus to stop this children from being preyed upon by these Christians?
Yeah. And like I said, but a lot of our guys, when we do this argument, we're like, oh, look at these guys, they're pastors and they're sick freaks. But the point is what I said earlier. It's not that, like I said, this happens in the public schools and this happens in public things all the time. The problem is that the churches like protect this type of shit from happening all the time. They circle the wagons whenever this happens. Settling out of court and stuff.
Yeah, they go, whataboutism, or it just, I need the video of the black guy go, "I ain't gay no more. I am delivered." That guy. Okay, so this
chat, you're bringing that up or whatever. So, but then you see them all there. So if you don't want to miss any of them, I put them in a list for you there. That first one that you're doing.
Okay, the Amy ones. Yeah, we're not there yet. I wanted to do this.
Yeah.
You were telling me about this one too. This Christ is King guy that they put out.
Hilarious.
You have the longer clip with subtitles, so maybe we'll just watch this. The nose on this guy, by the way.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
All right, so Shameless Poetry says people are using Christ is King wrong. Watch the full episode here.
Popery. He's like a Pope apologist. It's a Catholic apologist.
What did I
watch
say?
This guy's channel.
Poetry. I said poetry.
Poetry.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I watch this guy's channel a lot. He does actually some pretty good stuff from like the Catholic perspective. So if you want to know what Catholics actually believe, someone like him is pretty good.
Namely, welcome back to Shameless Popery. I'm Joe Heschmeyer, and I want to talk about the phrase "Christ is King." I love the phrase, but I'm also aware that people online sometimes use it today in ways that are regarded as, and often meant as, anti-Jewish. I spoke on this subject recently at Benedictine College's Nostra Aetate conference in April. I explained the Jewish roots of the expression Christ is King, and in response, some student was so outraged that he posted anonymous flyers on professors' doors declaring that we have no Jewish roots with our phrase Christ is King. And after a lengthy anti-Jewish tirade, he ended with the phrase Christ is King in giant letters. Now, that is not a normal reaction.
Pause it. Go back and look at how it ends. Look at how it seething. Look.
Simon of Trent, 2-year-old martyr for Jewish ritual blood sacrifice. Pray for us. Christ is King. Dude, this was this goes real hard if you're a E-Crusader. What is it? Protestant Reformation.
Dude, this is just a in real life version of the memes that we get. Look at the top one. It's the
Martin Luther moment.
Look,
yeah, John Chrysostom.
Yeah, it's the fake quotes that we always get. You see that? The ones
They're
from
fake?
the memes that the ones that Jack Stone always I think that those are it's hard for me to tell because it's very small, but Jack Stone knows this one better than I do.
I don't know if I've seen these quotes debunked here. Maybe unless I missed some more at the top.
Professor's doors.
The whole thing's
declaring
ridiculous.
that we have
Imagine
no
the seething,
Jewish
though,
roots with
right?
the phrase Christ is King. And after a lengthy anti-Jewish tirade, he ended with the phrase Christ is King in giant letters. Now, that is not a normal reaction I get from my talks, whether I'm before a relatively friendly crowd of Catholics, whether I'm before a more hostile crowd of Protestants, whatever the subject is, this is an unusual kind of reaction, and it inadvertently...
Real Vision sent $5 on Rumble. Your Jew God / man is king. Take that, Jews.
Take that, Jews. Yeah. Bet you're mad now. We're all worshiping your God and a Jewish Messiah. Bet you're mad now.
Beautifully illustrated my point. Namely, that the people using the phrase Christ is King to mock Jews, they don't really understand how Jewish the expression is. After all, Christ is a Greek word for the Hebrew Messiah, which means anointed one. And one of the Old Testament prophecies about the Messiah is that he would share in God's own kingship. God said,
I will make the Goyim your heritage and the ends of the earth your possession. It also says he's going to rule them with a rod of iron, the nations, in this verse. And they pulled Midrash. Jesus is based on this verse.
And that the rod comes out of where? His mouth, the word.
Yep. The teachings. Yeah. That's crazy. This is exactly what I always say too. Christ is King. They go, Christ is King is anti-Semitic. And I go, no, Christ is King is anti-pagan. It's anti-Gentile. It's saying that King David, the anointed Messiah, the King of the Jews,
is the king. Like, that's pro-Jewish.
As to his anointed in Psalm 2, ask of me, and I will make the nations your heritage and the ends of the earth your possession. So I think it's actually pretty fascinating and can be really helpful to explore the roots of this. So those of us Catholics who love the phrase Christ is King can understand the phrase better in its proper Jewish context. Now, to get there, I want to first go back 100 years ago to Mexico. From 1926 to 1929, the Mexican government, headed at the time by a fiercely anti-Catholic atheist president, Plutarco Elias Calles, they waged war against what were known as the Cristeros. So Catholics in rural parts of Mexico rose up against the anti-clericalist laws, and the government used that uprising as a justification to more violently crack down on the Catholic Church. And the government is actually the one who originally introduced this term. They mockingly referred to the rebels as Cristeros for their rallying cry,
Viva Cristo Rey. Que viva.
Long live Christ the King. And this was the cry.
That's funny.
Blessed Miguel.
Mexican Catholic roots. Is that where Fuentes? Is that where Fuentes got it? This was the Fuentes of 100 years ago in Mexico. Christ is King is a Catholic Mexican rallying call.
And the 15-year-old St. Jose Sanchez del Rio, as they were martyred for their faith, as along with many others who faithfully defended the kingship of Christ against an oppressive secular regime. And this proclamation of Christ as King, it echoed the words of Pope Pius XI, who had established the Feast of Christ the King in 1925, mere months before the outbreak of the Cristero War. So for nearly a century, that's more or less how the phrase Christ the King was used. It was a reminder amongst faithful Catholics that our highest loyalty is to Jesus Christ. It's not to any secular state. But somewhere around 2023 or 2024, something changed. Between 2021 and 2024, according to the Network Contagion Research Institute, usage of the phrase Christ is King rose fivefold on Twitter. That sounds great on the surface, but many of the loudest voices proclaiming the kingship of Christ were doing so in ways that seemed to be saying more than they were saying. You may remember that the Daily Wire in 2023 was embroiled in a feud between Candace Owens, who worked there at the time, and her Orthodox Jewish employer, Ben Shapiro. The feud had started over their radically different responses to the war in Gaza. Totally reasonable. But it led to Candace first tweeting about how you cannot serve two masters, God and money, and then following up with a simple tweet declaration, Christ is King.
Hold on, I just looked it up real quick. Guess what they accused the Catholic Church of doing in that Cristero War in Mexico? Being a foreign power inside Mexico, loyal to Rome and the Pope rather than the Mexican nation, supporting the old aristocracy and conservative elites against the Mexican Revolution, keeping the population ignorant and submissive through religion, obstructing modernization, secular education, and scientific progress, interfering in politics and undermining the authority of the secular state, encouraging rebellion and counter-revolution, holding too much wealth, land, and influence over society.
Yeah, there's been hundreds of what you could call like anti-clerical political movements in not just American or European history, but everywhere Christianity has gone. And they've always been basically, some version of fighting between like there's been the reverse too, where the Catholics have the power and they're suppressing the secularists. So, but yeah, I mean, those are obviously all real things. So
70 to 90,000 people died. And this is 1917.
In that context, it looked like a snipe against Shapiro for being Jewish, and that's how people understood it. And it was quickly followed by similar messages across.
Christian terrorist, yeah, Parisia time. There were some Christian terrorists.
$5 on Rumble. Would you rather have Joel Webben-led nation or J.D. Vance-led nation?
J.D. Vance, absolutely.
Well, Joel Webben calls for blasphemy laws and wants to beat our knees so we bow down to his invisible savior. So
Joel Webben can't even tweet out the right video that's like linked up with the captions he's using for the video. The videos, he'll tweet out like, oh, this is my response to Jesus is Jewish. And then the video will have nothing to do with that. He's an incompetent buffoon retard, doesn't know anything. He would run this country into the ground and kill it. At least Vance and the boys have like some sort of intellect behind them.
Yeah, but a Joel Webben America could be, maybe it wouldn't be beholden to Israel. It wouldn't. It could be better in some ways, maybe than J.D. Vance.
There you go. Christianity is the original Antifa, and Thursday shekels, Thor, Day.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that if we try to have a secular right, is that what the Catholics are going to do the whole time? Their criticisms of the Catholic Church seem pretty legit to me. Their grievances.
Twitter. By March of 2024, you've got Andrew Tate saying, as a Muslim, it warms my heart to see the resurgence of spirited Christian declarations. Christ is king. So it's hard to read that as simply a declaration of his Christian faith, given that, as he says, he's a Muslim. And the top comment in reply to Tate was a cartoon of a Muslim in a minaret and a Christian in a bell tower trying to shake hands while a Jewish stereotype labeled Zionism tries to push their two towers apart. By May, you've got Nick Fuentes saying, what we believe, Christ is king, America first. What we want, Christian government, end white genocide. So as a Catholic, as somebody who loves the
Real
Christian
Vision sent $5 on Rumble.
Thank you, Liam.
So spiritually Jewish that his nose became physically Jewish.
He looks like Ricada to me. He's got the Ricada nose. He looks like Zelensky mixed with Ricada.
Who loves the solemnity of our Lord Jesus Christ, King of the universe. That's the full name of the day we ordinarily call Christ the King. I hate seeing this sacred proclamation used in a politicized way, particularly when done to mock Jews. And I understand when many people have responded to those kind of provocations by simply declaring the phrase Christ is King anti-Semitic. But I don't agree with that. I think that's a counterproductive and false reaction. I think the better response, the one I would propose, is to restore the proper sense of Christ's kingship, to restore it to its proper Catholic roots, but indeed also to its proper Jewish roots.
He then goes on for like 20 minutes and he explains how the phrase Christ is king comes out of Rosh Hashanah. So like the idea is that that's basically like a festival where they're blowing trumpets and it's supposed to be about kingship and all these other things. So like it's intrinsically linked to the Jewish New Year. The whole Christ is king is based on the Jewish, that's where it comes from, right? Is those proclamations and those roots. So what, I mean, he's right. The way to defeat Christ as king or get people to stop doing Christ as king like that is to just remind them that it's actually it's a Jewish battle cry, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. And now confirmed by the Catholic. Calvin Robinson retweeted, and his response is, "You're wrong. People are using truth wrong."
$5. The Catholics are experts at colonizing the minds of effeminate men.
Very true. That is true. But some masculine chads too fall for it. I wouldn't say it's only demasculated, but it is a lot.
Yeah,
people are using the truth. Yeah, where's the argument, dude? What's wrong?
I got
so he's admitting that he's right. He's using the truth wrongly. Like what? It is a Jewish battle cry. Christ is king. It's not anti. People do online do use it as a jab at Jews. But who gets the final laugh when it's saying Moshiach is king? Moshiach is King David. That's what Christ is king means. They believe in an imaginary, heavenly Jewish king is ruler of America. That's insane. Insane. Yeah, we should make him say Moshiach is king. Moshiach is King David of Judea, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Doesn't hit as hard, does it?
Well, the other thing too, it's like if you want to attack this guy's video and his premise, like he's saying I hate when it's used politically. But as you can see in his own video, the whole thing became out of a political movement. So Catholics always do this thing where they play footsies with the political. It's like a Mott and Bailey strategy. They say like, oh, we're going to get out and we're going to be political. We're going to fight against the secular state, yada, yada, yada. And then the political bites back and they retreat back and say like, oh, we're not being political. Oh, I hate when you use this phrase politically, blah, blah, blah. The whole point of the phrase was originally political in nature. So you don't get to now say, oh, I don't like the way it's being politically used today just because you don't agree with those politics. No. The phrase Christ is king is inherently political. You're basically putting your imaginary Jewish king above the sovereignty of the nation when you say that.
Speaking of Catholic revolutions, this guy, Revolution Only 1776 Noticer, you just shared this 3.8 thousand likes. I've seen a video of this guy before. Here's your Christian nationalism, sir.
oppose them.
This guy should be
He's
banned from the internet. This guy should go to jail for this video.
So Thomas Massey lost. And in no way am I surprised, not the least bit. I'm not shocked, not at all, that he lost. Did we really think that the same people who rape children, the same people who sex traffic children, the same people who brought our nation to $40 trillion in debt, who openly rob us every single day, right in front of our fucking face, the same people who openly bow to Satan, who love to murder thousands of children.
Did he say openly bow to Satan?
Bow to Satan, who love to murder. The same people who openly bow to Satan, who love to murder thousands of children.
Who's bowing to? What is he talking about? Where's their Jews bowing to Satan? They just make up everybody's all raping babies. Like, there's no proof of Epstein raping a baby. Oh, the beef jerky is secretly babies. Is that what you're basing that on? Epstein got charged. It was for I'll have to look it up. I'm pretty sure the girl was 17 that he got charged for.
Yeah, there was younger girls in the complaint, right? But the actual charges were on the 17-year-old. So that's what he pled guilty to, was the 17-year-old girl. Now, in the complaints, in the filings, yes, there were younger girls, but that's not what he pled guilty to, guys.
How much younger though? 15?
Yeah. I think it was 14 or 15, maybe 16. I'd have to go back through and look it up. It was 2 months ago I went through this when I was trying to debunk Tracy.
It's not raping babies.
Yeah,
I was trying to debunk Tracy and I was surprised by it.
The same people who openly bow to Satan, who love to murder thousands of children in the Middle East.
Noah Hyde Turbo Manlet.
On Rumble. Noah Hyde Turbo Manlet.
Did we really think that these kinds of people would play fair politics? Really? I mean, let's be honest.
I love how they're all rallying for Massey to win and doing all this stuff for him, and then now they lose and they're like, "Oh, the voting is all rigged anyway." So why were you even trying to vote and get him to win?
Numerous examples of these people doing the complete opposite of playing fair politics. Look what they did to JFK. Look what they did to Charlie Kirk. Look what they did on 9/11. Look at Jeffrey Epstein. Not one person has gone to jail. Not one.
Epstein went to... Ghislaine's in jail and Epstein went to jail and Jean-Luc Brunel went to jail. What do you mean not one? Not one person. Who do you think needs to go to jail? Who else?
Yeah, tell us. Yeah. I would encourage anyone who's an Epstein truther still. Who do you think, based on the emails that we have, who should go to jail and for what reason?
Yeah, and for what reason? Exactly.
Because I don't doubt that there's other stuff. I just don't think any of these people know what the fuck they're talking about, by the way.
Yeah, they just say anything.
People give a fuck that you know that they rape children. Do you think they really care that you're aware that they're robbing your money? Do you think they give a shit that you're offended by them?
And to be they rape children, your Catholic Church rapes children too. So pot calling the kettle black a little bit to have that be your issue when you got huge issues like that going on in your church.
Pete Rules 247 sent $5 on Rumble. Hey guys, it's funny to think that nationalism in America is pro-Catholic, while in early America, nationalists were very against Rome's influence. Just a history fact. Keep it up.
Yeah, it's Catholic, Vatican, Rome first, Jesus first, masquerading as American nationalism. Good point. At the America First United conference, they're like, yeah, Catholic, we're all Catholics, got to be Catholic, got to go to Catholic church. You're not America First if you're not Catholic, basically. No.
For most of our
history, that's not the way it is.
Papists. We call them papists and things.
Yeah, we need to bring that back. More papists.
Somebody said in the chat, well, what about Wexner or Dershowitz or something like that? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying these people couldn't even describe to you why they would want people like that to go to jail. They are talking about Epstein ball beef jerky shit. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That's what I'm saying. They ignore the real problems in the files while focusing on retarded shit. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, what's Dershowitz accused of? Getting a massage from he said it was an old woman, kept his underwear on. Do you and you know this because he said so? Is there any other proof besides that? The one girl, Virginia Gouffre or Maria Farmer, one of the two, I can't remember, sued Dershowitz and lost, right?
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Bowing to Satan, or that you're offended by them murdering.
Dude, Jews don't bow to Satan, dude. Where's your proof of a Jew bow? They just say whatever delusional thing they see on the internet. Show me a Jew bowing to Satan. Satan is the adversary to Jews. The adversary to their God. They don't bow to Satan.
Children in the Middle East.
They bow to Yahweh like you.
Clearly, obviously, they don't give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, what are you going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? What is the American people going to do about it? What are you going to do? They have all the power. Who's going to oppose them? Who's going to confront them? Who's going to stop them? Who's going to do what? Clearly, they can do whatever they want. They can rape this kid, kill that kid, take this amount of money. What are you going to do about it? Okay, please think about this, because this is a big fucking problem. They can rig whatever they want. The whole fucking system is rigged. The whole fucking thing is rotten to the core.
So elections aren't real because they're eating and raping children, basically. That's what this video is about.
This is Satan we're dealing with. You understand that? The devil.
The devil, Satan. It's all Satan, dude. The Christ brain, low IQ, anti-Semitism.
One of these freaks that just shot that mosque, someone like that is going to see a video like that and do something, just so everybody's very clear. That is the kind of video, that's the kind of content, that's the kind of shit that is just like not helpful to what we're trying to do here, guys. Like, we have to be a little smarter than this. Like,
they're raping and killing children and worshiping the devil. Like, if a Christian that really is convinced of that, they would be like sinning to not try to stop them.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is the type of thing that they're going to shut down the entire thing, like all the ways we have to communicate with each other and talk about this issue and things like that. They're going to shut the whole thing down with this kind of shit.
Miami make 30 sent $5 on Rumble. South Park principal right here. You questioning my faith, bro?
You questioning my faith?
Yeah, and also like, what the fuck, guys?
Yeah. And see what I'm saying? This lie. They worship Yahweh. Satan, in the end, they think Moshiach is going to defeat Satan. They don't worship Satan. They're definitely not openly bowing to Satan. Like, what's your proof of that? He'll be like, oh, look, Finkelstein clip, Rabbi Finkelstein, the fake parody video. Or it'll be that one fake quote like, oh, we don't like to admit it, but our God is Lucifer, right? From, I forget the guy's name, but they'll point to one of those. Yeah, this guy will definitely call you Jewish for not worshiping Jesus, for sure.
I just posted a funny one in the chat. That's I think it's another one of his videos. I think you'll recognize.
Funnier than that?
Yeah.
Put on Jesus Christ and fight against the enemy.
I wish you would go back to making this kind of content.
You, God, so we do it for Jesus Christ. Put on salvation as your helmet and take the sword of the Spirit, which is the sword of God. So put on the full armor of God, Jesus Christ.
That's what he looks like to me.
I love you, God.
Oh, I blocked this guy. I just realized.
That's funny.
I wonder if he's already called me Jewish. Let's see.
He looks exactly like that guy. That's him, right, guys? I'm pretty sure it's him.
Number 1 Go Pair sent $20. We have the most information at our hands ever in history, and we're simultaneously at the peak of stupidity since 4E been alive. I don't know how this is possible. The level of propaganda required is insane.
Money Music Studio says Jesus is letting babies being raped on the regular. Yeah. Next AFU speaker. That's funny.
It is crazy. We have like the most access to literacy of all time, and we're becoming more illiterate. How crazy is this? It's a crazy concept. It has never been. We literally have the full power of human knowledge and understanding and access to every text basically of all time in our pockets, and people are becoming more illiterate and more retarded. It's kind of fucked.
Look at Calvin Robinson too on this Christ is King video. He just says, shame on you. Where's your argument? What do you mean shame? How is he wrong about what he said, Calvin? Shame you.
them all chimping out about it was what made me
Trevgus
see the
sent
video.
$5 on Rumble. Part of the Christ brain is thinking in things in terms of objective morality, meaning objective good and objective evil, so it literally does make PPL crazy.
It does make people crazy. A sincere believing Christian thinks somebody like us is like literally the epitome of evil. Like we're demonic, satanic, antichrist, like pure evil in our eyes. And then they call us divisive. They call us the dividing force.
Yeah, and then they call like they call Jews satanic, and they don't really get it. And I didn't get this until they all started calling me satanic. But it's kind of like you're like letting Jews aura farm off you, and you're just calling them satanic all day. Like if you're gonna sit there and be like, oh, my enemies are demonic, evil, and all this other stuff, like as someone who's now been on the receiving end of that, it's just like aura farming. Like it just like, oh yes, call me evil all you want. Like it just makes me laugh at you. It makes me smile. It increases my, you know what I mean? Like this is a stupid strategy.
Yeah.
Jews have been basically like aura farming off of Christians for 2,000 years, calling them demonic.
Yep. And how they benefit from the anti-Semitism, the kosher, low IQ anti-Semitism of not even getting it right, manufacturing ridiculous things. And also, now I look at this guy's video too, the Christians are just pathetic, dude. The E-Crusaders are pathetic.
None of their arguments are good. I went
not
through all
one
of them.
argument.
So
It's you look Jewish, shame on you, F you, we're tired of you, stop it, you're gay. No actual intellectual response anywhere. Compromised. This isn't it. Christ is king. These people, how about no? FUF. You took shekels. Just for him stating the truth that Christ is king is like saying like a Jew is king.
I just posted a good rabbi clip that just came out today, or he just posted
Yeah, I got it. Let's do that one right now. Yeah. I was segueing and leading up to that.
Perfect.
This rabbi again says anti-Semitism is good, a concept
This
I've
is how it
talked about
actually
many
works,
times.
guys. Yep, exactly.
Anti-Semitism is actually a good thing. I'm a big fan of it. When God came down on Mount Sinai, the sages say that the name Sinai comes from sinner, hatred. That was the mountain where the commandments were given. Why? Because the hatred came in the same package as the Torah. It's the insurance policy to make sure that we don't lose it. Anti-Semitism is the fence that Hashem built around the Jewish nation. Every time
He might as well call it the klipa, the evil shards of darkness that conceals the peel, the husk that surrounds the divine spark of light. Look at what he says. These E-Crusaders are the shield, the fence that protects the Jews and the Jewish nation. Do you guys get it yet? The low IQ, kosher, Christian controlled opposition is the fence that shields Jews and Yahwehist and the Torah.
Anti-Semitism is the fence that Hashem built around the Jewish nation. Every time anti-Semitism rises, there's no point to fight it from the outside. The answer is to come back inside, closer to Hashem, closer to Yiddishkeit. Germany had the highest rate of assimilation and intermarriage right before everything happened. If that had continued, there wouldn't have been a Jewish nation left to erase. Anti-Semitism.
See, the Holocaust saved them. This is like the very traditional view in Judaism, is that the Holocaust and anti-Semitism protects them and saves them.
It's not a threat to the Jewish people. It's actually the only reason we're still here.
The only reason they're still there. That's good. Thank you, Rabbi. Glad to be doing my part. That's funny. Holy reverse psychology. It's not reverse psychology. I have the whole book on that too. Where is my book? I always show it. The Paradox of Anti-Semitism. They see it, but to be clear, what they mean is like low IQ Christian Muslim anti-Semitism. That's what they mean. But they think it protects them. Shoot, I don't have a... Oh, here it is.
It's hard to argue with them too. Like it does work like that. Like it's just kind of describing reality. Whether it was intentional or not, it doesn't actually matter as much as like describing the system the way it actually operates. And it's just accurately how it works out, how it plays out.
Ready? Alongside scholarship, philosophy, the Jewish mixedist. Okay, hold on. Christian contempt for Jewry thus did not overwhelm the community. Instead, Jewish life flourished in the face of the contempt and hostility. Church fathers castigated Jewry for refusing to accept Christ. Detested by the Christian world, Jews turned inward and developed their own separate way of life, divorced from the societies in which they lived. Jew hatred has thus a paradoxical effect on Jewish consciousness. Anti-Semitism and Jewish renewal are therefore interlinked. Recognize that hatred of Jews in Judaism has led to the revitalization of the Jewish heritage, okay? So when we talk about low IQ anti-Semitism, these people don't know what the F they're doing.
We have to have a smarter way of approaching this, guys, and like playing into like the 2000-year like game back and forth like paper football game is actually not gonna fix anything. We have to like stop this cycle, right? Like it's in psychology it's called a trauma cycle, and we have to like as a group, as a people, stop this. Stop playing this game, get away from it to stop what we are trying to stop, which is like the effects of Semitism. They want the oneness of God. They want Yahweh. They want the whole world to be like this. They want to rule from Jerusalem, the whole thing, right? So if we're going to actually want to stop that, we have to just get smarter about this. We can't just keep doing peasant uprisings for 2,000 more years. That's surely not going to work.
Common low IQ kosher Semitism L. Look at this. Eli Lake. This is funny. Eli Lake, who is a Jew, 125,000 subscribers, retweets Eli Aphorite, some Zionist Hasbara account with 250,000 followers, says, which Jewish person do you think has had the greatest impact on the world? 600 likes. He gets retweeted. This Jew says Jesus, almost 9,000 likes. They're all right, too. The mythical Jewish figure of Jesus has had the greatest impact on the world. The Jews that created Christianity have had the greatest impact on the world. It's the greatest lie to theologically conquer the world of all time. Got to be rough to be a Christian and see the Jews celebrating the triumph of Jesus over the world, right? E-Crusaders, nothing they hate more. Common E-Crusader L. All right, now the alien thing. You see Giorgiani's in this? Cerno Films. Mike Cernovich has a new UFO. He's going to say it's demons and the Bible's real, too. You just know it. It's going to be all about the Book of Enoch and all that trash. He's got Giorgiani in it. Here's the official teaser coming late 2026. More Book of Enoch porn.
Earth.
Let's see the trailer here from Cerno.
In the book of Job, we read that the morning stars sang together. The sons of God shouted for joy when God was laying the foundations of planet Earth. There are many dominions, there are many realms.
I haven't watched this yet, guys, and I just said it's going to be all about the Bible, and it starts with a Bible verse.
When God was laying the foundations of planet Earth, there are many dominions, there are many realms, of which the earth is one. Angel, by the way, simply means messenger.
This white dove had just flown right over us. We look up, it goes completely white out, and then I'm inside the ship.
What you want to know is, first of all, who are they? What are their motivations?
God!
Oh, you see this?
Whoa.
It's been my own opinion that, in a sense, we're leaping into their world.
I can't talk too much about what we do out there just because I'm still doing it. It's brought more questions than answers, I would say, for sure. Just there's things that happen out there that are unexplainable. Why am I being exposed to this? Why am I seeing this?
We're not going to talk about it because who the fuck is going to believe us?
We've had these witnesses testify under oath. So we are in a post-disclosure world right now.
That kook. That book of Enoch shill. Yeah.
If we are on the verge of the technological singularity, these entities are in no way prepared to see us achieve parity with them.
Dude, retard maxim.
Power. It has its own momentum. It has its own reason to be. How deep does this whole thing really go? Are we saying they're walking among us?
Is Chris Bledsoe going to be in this? Are they going to talk about angel orbs? Altered domain. Dude, that looks so trash. It's going to be total Bible shilling.
Too, right? That's not the same movie. That's not this. That's another one. So there's another movie like that called the Disclosure.
Yeah, not
right?
the Spielberg Disclosure Day that I covered on the stream yesterday.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So there's the Spielberg Disclosure one, and then there's this one. I wonder how many more they're gonna make.
Mm-hmm. Jack Posobiec is pushing it. I have been asking my whole life if there are UFOs in the Bible. Finally, there is a movie exploring this question. Sign me up. Dude. Noah's Ark Scans chiming in says, they aren't UFOs, but they are interdimensional beings known as principalities, rulers of the darkness of this world. They will try to tell you these beings aren't evil and that they are here to help. Don't forget that lies are Satan's native tongue. Dude, we are so cooked. Why are we living in this kooky Bible matrix? Dude, it's like it's children believing Dungeons and Dragons is real. I love this. The Bible says day is UFOs. That's good. Dr. Disclosure. Hearing Spielberg may be circling the Book of Enoch after Disclosure Day for a movie project. This is Hollywood translating the oldest watchers come from heavens. Ancient scripture, fallen angels, forbidden knowledge, UFOs. The Overton window is moving. Dude. The Watchers, the
Jews
Giants.
control Hollywood, and they brainwash us with Hollywood, except for when they do Book of Enoch, then that's real.
Yeah. Yeah. Spielberg lies about everything and is a Jewish propagandist and his mom visits the Rebbe, but like if he covers the Book of Enoch, then it's based in true. That's amazing.
Oh, I hate these people.
Yeah. Goy
Like,
slop.
get the
Talk
fuck
about goy
away
slop.
from me. You know, if it was just like a conspiratard portion of the internet and that was just doing like conspiratard stuff, like it'd be one thing. The problem really is that these people are like getting political and getting involved in anti-Zionism and getting involved in talking about Jewish power and talking about like European identity and things like that. And when they get involved in this stuff, like we have to defend our street corner. We got to defend our brand. Get these people the fuck away from us. Which means
we got to bring things back to reality. People are off in la la land in Bible fantasies, thinking Bible fantasies are ruling the world.
So dumb.
You want to hear Professor Zhang's take on the aliens? I do, but we'll do Fox News first.
What do you expect to see?
They've been playing that
on the
video.
next drop?
They're playing 24/7 on Fox News, basically.
This one?
Probably like 6 hours a day. The one with not this one, but the next one he's about to show.
The one that looks like the Star of David?
Yes, they quite literally show that right there. That one, it's like I'll literally just look up at my TV that has Fox News on, and it's almost, I would say that maybe like 1/3 of the time that video is on the screen.
I'll go to the gym today. Well, it'll be on there probably on.
Well, think about that. We all understand when they push Zionism and the war in Iran and things like that on Fox News, what that means. That's what they want to push to the Fox News boomers. We all get that. So look, this is what they're pushing right now, like basically 24/7.
Yep. Holy Demon UFO Revival. Florida church is reporting a historic day after 2,000 people stepped into the Atlantic Ocean to be baptized, declaring their faith to Jesus Christ and Israel. Dude, are you guys ready for the revival? We're revivaling.
You don't get it, Adam. You don't get it. Jesus is white Aryan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me and my
This is how we win.
Friends, me and my 2,500 friends believe that Jesus was Aryan. You know what I mean? All 2,500 of us believe it. Don't worry about the 2,500 baptized a week that know that Jesus is Jewish. Ignore those people. My 2,500 friends that believe Jesus is a white guy, that's who really matters. That's real Christianity.
What do you expect to see on the next drop?
So there's a lot of videos that we had received word from insiders. We had a list of video files. We sent those to the Department of War requesting access to be able to be briefed on those. We have been briefed. Representative Luna, myself, and Burchett and others sat in a room and watched 52 videos. And it was some of these videos that have not been made public yet. Some of them are very interesting. I don't want to get people's hopes up. There's a lot of videos, and I think that the way that the administration is going about this is the right way, but just keep in mind, a lot of these videos have not been explained, but as you watch some of them, you'll see that some of them are clearly balloons or birds, but there's also some things in there that are very interesting.
What do you expect to see on the next drop?
So there's a lot of videos that we had received word from insiders. We had a list of video files. We sent those to the Department of War requesting access to be able to be briefed on those. We have been briefed.
Okay, we saw that. Here we go. Rogan has so many guests on that promote this bullshit. Here's another one. The UFO crashed in Italy and the Vatican helped transport the craft to the USA. Just a disinfo mill. Okay, here's Zhang. Let's hear a little bit of what Zhang has to say about the aliens. Let's hear his take.
What do you think about UFOs?
No, I agree. I don't think it's extraterrestrial. It could be spiritual. It could be demonic. I agree with that. I mean, like, they've been trying this for a long time. So I'm not sure if you looked into CERN, okay? No. The particle collider.
I've heard him talk about CERN before. He says they're opening up portals to the other realms to communicate with demons. That's what he says. Super serious, Professor Zhang.
In Europe, called CERN, CERN.
Yep.
But if you actually do some research, you have to ask yourself, why are they investing $1 trillion to find particles? Okay, like why? I don't understand this. $1 trillion just to figure out these particles that may or may not support your.
Dude, to try to understand like the fabric of the universe. Why are they doing experiments and trying to figure out stuff? Oh, it must be because they're trying to reach the demons, bro.
Theory of how the universe works. Okay, well, if you actually look at CERN, you'll find that there are many occult aspects to it. And what some people speculate is that what they're really trying to do is they're trying to open interdimensional portals, which would allow for free energy and which would allow certain demons to come into this world. Okay? And I mean, that's...
Dude, remember that was the drop from Sneeko. He's on Sneeko's show. He did the mic drop, boom. Dude, this is so Sneeko brain trash. I looked into the thing. You know what they heard about CERN? They're like, satanic ritual. They danced around a Shiva statue or some shit, right? They were trolling you. They were doing it to troll the Christians.
Yeah, all the people that work there are totally in on this troll. If I worked there, I would every day be doing something fucking with you retards because of how stupid you are. So the fact that we have even like some people doing it isn't surprising. And also this idea that like CERN is just over there smashing atoms for no good reason. CERN invented the internet, you fuckface retard. You're literally on the internet and that was invented by CERN. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, all they're doing is smashing atoms together, and that doesn't matter. Nothing out. Oh, they're doing nothing. Oh, okay, the group that's doing that invented the internet that you're currently using that had changed the whole entire world. Shut the fuck up, retard. It's not
I'm going to
about
say
the.
list the top 5 discoveries from CERN.
I mean, I think they've done stuff with like MRI things.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've looked this up before, like MRI's improvement, like MRI stuff, and like things that deal with like cancer treatments. Things that deal with that type of thing, mostly. But the people who did CERN are the ones who invented developed the internet technology.
You're right. It does say that the invention of the World Wide Web in 1989.
Yeah, like these people are like, what the fuck?
Higgs boson too, the God particle they found. They're just trying to deep sea. Satan is trying to debunk God. Like that's what God particle means.
Yeah, imagine saying on the internet that the group that invented the internet has done nothing for real technology while you're literally on the internet and your entire life is based on the internet.
Why do they spend so much money to figure out things? They must be trying to reach demons in portals. Like, shut the fuck up. Who takes this kook seriously?
Yeah, go pick cabbage or rice or something, you fucking retard.
Far more credible than they're just smashing particles in the hope of finding new particles, which will help us explain string theory. Okay, $1 trillion is a lot of money, right? So these particle accelerators are one thing to think about. Another thing to think about is there's been a lot of talk about Operation Stargate, right? So the Operation Stargate is a project funded by the federal government to use $500 billion to start to build data centers around the world. And Ronan Farrow wrote a piece.
Dude, did he say $1 trillion? What didn't he say? They spent $1 trillion on CERN, right? That was the claim.
Yeah. Hold on. Have you seen the clip of him talking about how he gets numbers, how he uses numbers? Have you seen this yet? I'll find it if you haven't.
Oh, he says investing 1 million, maybe 1 trillion. Maybe they're gonna build a new CERN that's gonna be $1 trillion or something. But so far, they've only spent 50 to 70 billion since 1954 on CERN. So not even close to $1 trillion.
Not even close to there's a clip going around. I'll see if I can find it where he says he just makes up the numbers for conversation. He's just like these aren't the real numbers. I'm just making it up to explain in the conversation.
That's so funny. I hadn't seen that.
I'll find it if I can real quick.
Funded by the federal government to use $500 billion to start to build data centers around the world. And Ronan Farrow wrote a piece in the New Yorker about Sam Altman and his ambitions for the AI future. And in that article, there's a really fascinating quote where he talked to an OpenAI insider, and what he said was, "We're building portals to summon demons." Okay.
Sam Altman said this.
Yes, not Sam Altman, but an insider that talked anonymously to the reporter Ronan Farrow. Okay, you can Google this. Okay.
Elon's ex-wife said something like that too. Elon said things like that also. They just mean artificial intelligence with computers, not actual demons.
Ronan Farrow, Sam Altman, AI data centers summoning demons. So I think that what the elite has always understood is that there's always been supernatural forces in the world. If you just read Homer, and you just go back to ancient Greece,
come on,
they took that for granted. Where we're surrounded.
If you just look at ancient stories, they believed in crazy things. They wrote about crazy things. That's your proof.
These supernatural forces, and we're always in contact with these supernatural forces. And the reason why is
Zhang and Sneeko will save us from the AI Nephilim. You're right. Fuck. Where's the fuck sound effect?
Interdimensional. Okay, so we have our consciousness exists in infinite dimensions, and so depending on how you tune your consciousness, you can actually communicate with different aliens or demons from other dimensions, and that's the great secret that the elite are trying to keep from us, and that they only have access to. And it would make sense for them to try to bring these forces into our planet.
Dude, isn't this like the plot of Avengers? Thanos, opening up portals and all the demons come in. I swear I saw this in a movie. He's just taking movie plots and acting like they're real.
Yeah, this is pretty much a movie. I mean, Yeah.
Because that would
Dude,
allow
Jake
them to
Shields
have greater
blocked me. I
control.
just realized it now.
Okay, so one theory is
he blocked me and then unblocked me.
the elite have made a deal with these interdimensional demons. And the deal is that these demons would provide secrets to the elite as long as the elite gave them more power. Okay, and the great secret that they're looking for is
This is kookier than I imagined, but I should have suspected it would be this shit.
longevity, immortality.
Oh, I forgot that's what I was looking for.
And so
Then
these
I saw Jake
demons
Shields
have
thing. Okay, I gotta keep looking.
access to eternal life, but they want control. Okay, so the idea is once you
they want control. Okay,
state, then the demons will inhabit this AI surveillance state. They will actually manifest themselves through AI. And they'll be able to control the consciousness of everyone, and the elite will become transhuman. They will become transcendental, and they'll be given eternal life, eternal youth in return. Okay, so that's a theory. I don't know how credible this theory is.
Oh my God.
It does make a lot of sense.
Dude, such a fence sitter too. Like, oh, I don't believe that, but this is just what all these things. Aliens are totally plausible. We have no evidence of them. We have been searching for them for decades with programs like SETI, No Dice. Yeah, I agree. I believe for a fact there's life elsewhere in the universe, just not that it's visited Earth, unless it was from some primitive cell on a asteroid or a comet or something that got blown from some other solar system.
What do you think about UFO?
All right, that was worse than I imagined. CERN is like X-Men, okay? There are mutants from other dimensions and they have magic powers, okay? That's what it sounds like. All right, ready for Dangerfield? We got all these Dangerfield quotes on Julian Doors.
Oh man, this is so funny. I got all the good stuff. The whole interview was the most boring thing I've ever seen. I watched the whole thing and it sucked. I highly recommend nobody watch it. Other than what I clipped out, the rest of it totally sucked.
Mm-hmm. Crazy that she's even on. These people that fall up, she's just like sleeping her way to the top of alt media. The new America First Christian girl that doesn't know anything about Christianity and is not even an American citizen.
What was that exactly? Heterosexual relationships are inherent. If I wanted to enact some population control, I would try to convince people that gender doesn't exist. I would make sure people are in debt up to their eyeballs coming out of college for a degree they didn't need so that they would never financially be able to get out of debt and therefore be able to afford a kid. I would make a kid a financial decision, which is just fucking wild. Yeah. You know, and I would also maybe encourage some perfectly fine traditional gender roles to be viewed as, no, that's total bullshit, even though biologically speaking, it's not. Am I missing anything there?
No, you're 100% correct. There has been an intentional push to destabilize the family unit, to make patriarchy seem like a bad thing, to completely flip and reverse gender roles. And I think this is where the like girl boss mentality that a lot of
she just got exposed last week for having threesomes with Sneeko and Myron and having some sugar daddy when she first came to America. And bring her on, the new E-Crusader Christian expert. Bring her on.
Women have really comes in where they're told that if you don't go and get your own career and get your own money and you forego that for a husband and children and your own offspring, you're going to be missing out in life, you know? And that's a really sad and shallow way to look at things. And I think that most women kind of wake up to that reality, but by the time they do, it's too late. They're already in like their mid to late 30s, right? And at that point, it's biologically less.
Why is she relevant? Because she's been, I don't know, sleeping her way onto podcasts.
It's likely that they're even in a position to be able to have kids. But you're dead on with like the gay stuff and the gender stuff as well, obviously. And birth control is another thing. Women who've been on birth control for most of their life, it's much more difficult for them to get pregnant. It affects their fertility. But all of these things have been normalized. Get on birth control, be a girl boss, go get your own career. Heterosexual relationships are inherently toxic power structures, which was literally said by Kate Millay, who was one of the founders of the second waves of feminism. Actually, that was one of their core tenets. Heterosexual relationships are inherently toxic power structures. But gay ones aren't.
Abortion.
Yeah, abortion as well, normalizing abortion, absolutely seeing, a baby in the womb is not a baby. Oh, it's a fetus. It's not actually life until you actually give birth. And now we're seeing, maybe not so much in America. I believe there are some states that are pretty bad with it, but around the world, you can literally get an abortion up until like 9 months.
You're a super base trad girl, sir. Yeah. Abortion to 9 months.
So listen to the claim she's about to make, and then they're gonna fact check how wrong she is and how much she just doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about right after. So listen to the claim she's about to make very carefully.
After the baby's born, and then if you don't successfully go through with the abortion and you give birth to a live baby, you can just leave it to die, and that's considered a part of the abortion.
No.
Yeah.
It's that bad?
Yeah.
Like out of the womb?
Yeah. If the abortion fails because it was too late, and then you give birth to a live baby, they literally leave it to die.
Where do they do this?
It's in the UK, I believe, is one place.
What?
Yeah.
We got to look that up just to be sure. That's wild.
Leave it to die.
Virginia, who was on a morning show years ago, who openly admitted to the fact that they give birth and then will abort the live baby and give they say they sometimes even encourage the birth so that they can take the stem cells and the organs and all that stuff to be able to donate and help.
And then you read things like the Epstein files where they're talking in code about certain things that are.
Oh my God. Oh, dude. It's a beef jerky factory. These 9-month abortions. They're just letting the babies die to turning them into beef jerky for Jewish billionaires. Can you believe it?
Dude, I'm sorry if you're like a right-wing person, you believe like abortion should be illegal and all this other stuff. I'm sorry, but this issue is politically dead. Associating it with like America first, our identity and our sovereignty from Israel and all these types of ideas is a non-starter, retarded move. Get these fucking like abortion politics away from us. This is a dead this would be like if you're in the 1930s arguing for like a return to horseback or horse and carriages or some shit.
How many more elections are we going to lose to anti-white leftists over abortion, telling them that they can't have more kids? It's crazy.
Fuck. And like, well, you can play it because she'll about to say something, and I'll bring it up.
And you wonder where they're getting all that from. And it's clocking. Yeah, as early as 2026 UK law.
Dude, yeah, like in the Epstein files, like, oh, they're eating all those aborted baby beef jerky sticks.
Yeah, that's what he's insinuating there. That's
so
what's going
trash.
on. I mean, it's like these people like actually believe that Bibi Netanyahu is like sustained on a diet of baby spines, like stem cells, like as if he's like going around and flying all around the world and doing his whole thing, and like in between appearances and cameos, he's like sucking baby spine fluid out. Like that's what these guys think.
Yeah, they think Epstein was on a full-time menu of baby beef jerky meat. That's why he was so youthful and young and had superpowers, right?
Law generally permits abortion up to 24 weeks. However, legislation passed in 25 and 26 has decriminalized self-managed abortion at any gestation, meaning women cannot be prosecuted for ending their own pregnancy at 9 months, though it remains illegal for doctors to perform abortions beyond 24 weeks without specific legal medical reasons.
So it is illegal.
Yeah, so
there's certainly many such
literally all they
cases.
did was remove the criminalization to the mothers who have those birth complications that it was listing there. So she doesn't know what the fuck she's even talking about. She's just making shit up on the spot. She doesn't know what she's talking about. And then look at, like, rewind it like 5 seconds and like look at her reaction to getting caught here. It's so telling what kind of person she is.
Medical reasons. Yeah, that's just like
They found workarounds where there's certainly many such cases where it's happened. And
because I know exactly what video you're talking about, Danny. What's that guy's name again?
I don't know.
Governor. I don't want to get it wrong.
Totally
But
dishonest.
I remember Alex Jones talked about this, where he's doing the guy's voice, where he's like, "We just take the baby," But
what greater source than Alex Jones? Alex Jones said it. Yeah, great source.
if I'm not mistaken, I believe that Waltz actually, what's his name? Tim Waltz, the Kamala's running mate.
He was
He was one of the people trying to push some of the most extreme abortion laws in the country, in his state as well. So yeah, I mean, it's really sad to see the way that society has been brainwashed to believe all of these things, like as if it's not the meaning of life to start a family, to I feel like there's fulfillment that you get from having a family and raising kids that you can't get anywhere else, but it's also like your duty to the world to reproduce. Like we're being outproduced as well, by the way.
We're being
outproduced by like immigrants within this country. Like it's just like white people are gonna go extinct.
I mean, that's fucking one way to.
What?
Do white people have more or less abortions than non-white people in America? I wonder.
Far less.
Because that would completely debunk that argument.
Are you ready? In 2002, if every single abortion of a white person didn't happen, it would only be 15% of the total births. And I brought up the data for this year over year. The numbers of abortions from white people is so small is so small that it would have it wouldn't matter at all for our demographic situation. To sit here and be like abortion is the reason we're having demographic issues when it's modernization, economics, tons and tons and tons of other things, and to just simplify it into abortion is retarded. That is a drop in the bucket. As far if every single aborted white person in the last 100 years was instead born, we would still have the exact same demographic issues we have today.
Watch this. In 2022, the abortion rate for black women was 4.3 times higher than white women.
Yeah, there would be like 50 to 65 million more black people alive today if Roe v. Wade never came through. Can you believe that? This country would have 50 to 60 million more black people in it.
And then they sit up here and make these retarded arguments that are completely backwards.
Yeah. The abortion issue is a dead one. Leave it to die. It's not our fight. It is not something that we should be fighting about. Let the religious retards argue over this for the rest of the time. It's so stupid.
White people are way less encouraged to have children. It's true. Controversial take.
And look how they mix this up. They're mixing
when
up
you see
like
it where you'll have like an immigrant.
Like we have this issue where like there are issues with with the demographic situation, and they're importing this nonsense into it. And look at them. Look at how he laughs at him. Julian laughs at this whole notion. That's how normal people react to when she says things like this. When you mix in Epstein baby eating abortion topic with, hey, white replacement is a thing. Stop bringing stop that. Ruining the white replacement thing. Okay, you're making that white replacement thing a joke, and they're literally laughing at you on a show that's like. The show is okay with Epstein baby eating, beef jerky eating, but they're laughing at your concept of white replacement. Think of how fucked that is because of how she brings it up.
People are convinced of this because of that Rabbi Finkelstein video again. Remember, he's like, they take the aborted Goyim babies and they give it to McDonald's and they put it in your burgers. And people hear that and are too dumb to decipher that that's a fake rabbi spewing bullshit.
To have children. It's true. Controversial take, but
no, listen, when you see it where you'll have like an immigrant family with fucking 8 kids, you don't see a lot of like people from this country with 8 kids.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
One if you're lucky. I mean, I'm a little older. We're aiming for at least 3 to get above replacement levels. Hopefully, you know, you gotta do out.
4.
Yeah,
I want 8.
Meanwhile, they have none. That was bad. Does it get worse?
Oh, that was probably the least shitty one.
Shut up.
Get ready. just if you guys got to do any stretches, you got to take any deep breaths, get a white monster, some coffee, get ready because this shit is the whole thing is cold. Every part of this whole stream was.
So he's got 1.28 million subscribers, by the way. This has 61,000 views a day ago.
Yeah, I keep getting people being like, why do you care so much about her? Why are you obsessed with her? Why are you bringing this topic up? Hey guys, we're covering the news. And guess what? Her little conference has been the news in this sphere for 2 weeks. So if you don't want it to be covered, you don't care about it, then stop fucking paying attention. I don't like, this is what.
Isn't it funny how this girl from Australia that's like been on the internet for 5 minutes, she's on Julian Dore with 1 million subscribers talking about the Trump psyop, but not me, who's been covering it for a decade now? Isn't that funny? Kind of funny. Any girl that's just like, you know, not ugly pops on the scene, puts on the Trump hat, says the word Jews, and then boom, bring her on. Crazy. All right, let's see this one.
So I hold people of every race in this country
same standard
to the same fucking
absolutely standard. Dude, I was on the whatever podcast. Shout out Brian Atlas. But it was a very diverse panel, actually. Again, I enjoy talking about feminism. I often go on these shows, whatever, fresh and fit. I like to debate the feminists and the OnlyFans girls. But this was quite a diverse panel. I think they had like 5 foreign girls on there. And Brian posed the question, let's say America went to war with your country of origin. Who would your allegiance be to? There was an Israeli girl on the panel, by the way. But not to single her out. Every single other girl, the Russian girl, the Scottish girl, the Bangladeshi girl, the Israeli girl, they all said their allegiance would be to their home country. Many of them are now citizens who needed to declare allegiance to America when they got their citizenship. They all said that they would side with their home country. I was the only one in that entire room who said, no, I'm America first, 100%.
Hold on. It's crazy how their O's, the O sound, they are add an R to the end of it. Home is horm.
Herm.
Horm.
I know.
What's that R sneaking in there for? I don't get it.
Yeah, Is this like, you know how there's people that have like that type of like speech thing going on like in regular American? Does she have that in Australian? Can an Australian let us know what's going on here? Like,
It just
what
must
is
be the Australian accent.
No, she's got something else. She has something else going on. She's got not. It's not just a regular Australian.
Listen for the R's after the O's where they don't belong.
100%, because I do love Australia. There's aspects that I miss, but it's also the fact that like literally America is the last bastion of freedom in the West. If America goes down, what do you think is going to happen to the rest of the world, to the rest of the West? Like, this is truly the last line of defense for everything that we love and everything that we cherish. And that's not the only reason why I say I'm.
Can you believe this? So what is the difference between the Iranian diaspora living in America advocating for us to overthrow Iran, the Cuban diaspora living in South Florida manipulating Trump to overthrow the Cuban government or the Venezuelan government? What is the difference between any other diaspora political actor and what she is doing? She wants an American nationalist force or a strong America. For what purpose did she say? Because America puts freedom out in the world in the context of Australia being a basically like totalitarian they were like a totalitarian like anti-hate speech laws and all this other things. She wants America to be strong to reverse that in her home country. This is the same shit that they accuse Jews of doing. What the fuck?
What is America doing to promote freedom in Australia?
Well, that's what she wants. That's what she's saying. She wants a basically like white nationalist or America first, basically like regime in America that would export this to Australia and say, hey, Australia, you better not be going against free speech. Hey, New Zealand, you better not be going against free speech. That's what she's advocating for here. That's what I'm saying. She's advocating for her own people using our government, just like any of these other people she's accusing them of doing. She's a fucking hypocrite. And she's not a citizen, guys. She's sitting here she's not a citizen. And the circumstances of her getting her green card was that she said that her former spouse or her former partner had domestic violence against her, and he did not. She lied on that thing. So she committed either fraud or a felony allegedly of some kind to get her green card. That's who's sitting in here in this chair telling America that we need to be America first, America strong, yada, 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 free speech this, nationalism this, which are stuff that I agree with, but she's doing it for the purpose of because we can export it to Australia. This is the same shit that we complain about that Jews are doing and that Iranians are doing and Cubans are doing and everyone else is using our government.
It's crazy having a non-American citizen representing America first.
America first, but it's certainly a strong reason and a compelling enough.
Oh, by the way, guys, Power Chat must be down or something. I don't know why it's not playing. I tried refreshing a few times. I don't know what's going on. My apologies. Any that don't play today, I'll try to play on the next stream.
Argument to give 100% of my allegiance to America. I told you before we started rolling, when I get dual citizenship, I'll renounce the Australian one like that. I don't even care.
Away.
Yeah.
We'll hold you to it.
Yeah.
It's on
please do.
We will.
Absolutely.
I believe you 100%. I don't think you're stuttering.
I love this country. I am married to an American. I'm going to raise my children here. I'm going to die here, and I'm going to be buried here. I love this country.
Can't argue with that.
She should be deported.
I mean, and it's interesting. So the girls you were on a panel with.
Without question, she should be deported. There's no question about if we're going to sit here and pretend that, oh, deport Ben Shapiro. Guess what, guys? I get it. I'm there. I understand your contempt. But the group saying deport Ben Shapiro can't have this girl as your fucking poster child. What the fuck are you doing? She's just a shittier Australian version of him.
Okay. The whole theologically illiterate. No, she's also
Covenant.
Theologian apparently.
There's a lot of people who have also that have probably largely contributed to that poll grow up with the idea that like those who bless Israel will be blessed. And they think that pertains for some reason to the Likud party and to Bibi Netanyahu and to the government of Israel. Right? It's a completely separate thing.
Yes.
Like Jesus came to, and I'm sorry to get religious on you for a second. I'm a Christian. Jesus came to fulfill that old covenant. The only thing you need to do to get into heaven is to declare that Christ is Lord and to repent your sins and to say that he is the way, the truth, and the life. But there is a lot of people through dispensationalism who believe that no, those those who bless Israel will be blessed. Those who curse Israel will be cursed. And you need to be in support of Israel. Otherwise, you're not going to heaven. Like the most extreme branches of dispensationalism, moody dispensationalism.
That is not what dispensationalism is. You fucking stupid bitch. You stupid bitch. Dispensationalism is not just anybody who is philo-Semitic or neutral towards Jews that's a Christian. Being dispensationalist is not, oh, if you don't support Israel, you go to hell. It is not a matter of salvation. It is a matter of the relationship between the Church of Christ, Jesus's church, the Christian church, however that Christian's viewing it, the relationship between that church and the ethnic Israel. Okay, that's what the question is. It has nothing to do with salvation, and it has nothing to do with any of the shit she just talked about. Dispensationalism, she doesn't even know what the fuck it is if that's what she thinks it is. So all these people doing that, more dispensationalism, they're totally missing the point.
Yeah, does she think that non-dispensationalists, like, you have to hate Jews in Israel to get into heaven? Is that her position?
She thinks that that's the position of the Catholic Church. Just wait.
Yeah.
Like the most extreme branches of dispensationalism, moody dispensationalism, they literally believe that you need to support the government of Israel to be a good Christian. And there's been a lot of psyops and propaganda and, yes, money that have gone into those churches to actually create and perpetuate those ideologies. And it's really unfortunate. You know, my husband used to be a Zionist Christian. He went to Israel. He did the tour. He didn't kiss the wall, but he touched it. He tapped it, right?
Well, should we be listening to somebody that just fell for that a few years ago? Hey, people that were Christian Zionists and went and kissed the wall, you don't get to dictate and tell us now and act like you know what's what.
Yeah, imagine if you had gone up and oh, I didn't kiss the wall, but I touched it. Also, he was not a Christian Zionist, bitch. He's a Messianic Jew. Stupid bitch.
Yeah.
Pretending like he's just, he was just a Christian Zionist who fell for dispensationalism. That's what she's insinuating. No, he's a Messianic Jew. That's a totally different reason to get to the Zionism position.
They're just like one step away, acting like they can lecture everybody else on what's what. Or that they should lead the opposition to the Jews when they're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from being kissing the wall like they were doing. That's crazy.
In one of their streams, he said that he started watching Nick's show in December. Imagine telling anybody what to do when you started watching Nick's show in December. What?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, dispensationalism is just about splitting biblical history into different dispensations. It has nothing to do with you have to support Likud to go to heaven.
Yeah.
I touched the wall, but I didn't inhale. That's a good one, Party J. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's a face like, but now you got it all figured out. You were wrong then and duped by Jews, but definitely not anymore. That's the attitude.
But he is someone, and I don't like this purist thing where it's like, you need to always have been on the train and you need to have been born base to be one of us. No, I think that...
No, you don't get to wake up 6 months ago and then lecture us. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, you don't get to be the flagship person, the person that's doing the banner of all, this is what our beliefs are, and we're America first, and blah, 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 blah. When you don't know what the fucking arguments are, you're not American, and you were red-pilled 6 months ago, actually. You don't get to be the spokesperson for the thing.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are, Paul?
Yeah, it's not that you weren't born based, it's that you just figured things out after being completely duped very recently.
Oh, here, get ready, because she's about to tell us how she was actually born base here in a second.
Okay.
To be one of us. No, I think that you make decisions, You make decisions based on the information that's presented to you. When you have better information presented to you, you can make different and better decisions. 100%. And that's something that he did. He woke up to that reality. And now he understands that, this idea of Israel from the Old Testament isn't referring to the Likud party. It's not referring to Bibi Netanyahu. It's not referring to the fact that,
it's Jews in the same land. They're going to go like, well, yeah, the Bible was Jews in that land, and today it's Jews following the Bible in that land, but it's not the same. It's not Likud. It's just so dumb. It's not the same. Like, so what if it was the same? Then you would go lick their boots?
No, oh, you need to support the genocide in Gaza and the war crimes, and Jews are the only chosen people. No, that's false.
No, we're chosen too. So you do agree they are the chosen people, though. You notice that? It was only chosen people.
That is a complete lie that has been made up to manipulate people, manipulate their ideology, manipulate their religion to make them believe that they need to have this opinion. And young people especially are waking up to that. But the boomers, like, if you're born and raised on that idea, it's a difficult thing to break.
Don't worry, think for yourself. I'm pretty sure I can refund those if you did 1 million in a row.
Especially when it comes to your religion, because religion is such a pivotal thing. It means so much to people, you know?
100%.
I'm a cradle Catholic, so I was born based, all right? I didn't have that issue.
Wow.
For a lot of Protestants and
born
evangelical.
based,
yeah, Catholics are based, exactly.
That checks out, by the way. I just want to make sure everyone who's been around Catholic girl, young Catholic, when you were in high school growing up, that actually does check out. She does seem like she is a cradle Catholic. I actually believe her.
Mm-hmm. Born based. She thinks Catholics are based, dude. That's
by that I mean, dude, she's going around hooking up with however many guys, having threesomes with brown guys and shit like that. That checks out that she's a cradle Catholic. That checks out. Whatever, dude. These people, putting these people to the front of anything is suicide. We've built up this whole thing, this ideology, these ideas and these critiques and this rhetoric and all these ways of fighting against like Jewish power, and we're gonna throw it all behind this freak. Fuck off.
She's like, yeah, dude, born based as a cradle Catholic. Meanwhile, the based in question.
Yeah. Greasy haired bitch.
Yeah. Or should I show another one at the wall? Putting a prayer into the wall. Based Catholics.
So stupid.
This is an ideology that they need to come to terms with. The fact that they have been propagandized and brainwashed. There's a reason why Israel pays for people to.
Dude, Christians, Catholics talking about, oh, you've been brainwashed by Jews. Meanwhile, they're still Catholics. I just can't do it, dude. The people brainwashed by the Bible don't get to lecture Christian Zionists and call them brainwashed. You're brainwashed too. You're actually more brainwashed. Not only are you brainwashed to believe the Bible's real, but you're brainwashed into believe some weird schismatic, like e-crusader version of Christianity. You're double brainwashed. You got a double dose of...
You believe in a heretical form of Catholicism. Yes.
Yeah.
Come out there on tours, etc., to perpetuate this idea that is just patently false.
Patently? Isn't it patently? Patently? Patent? Do you have a patent on that?
So again, I put it in the replies here, but like if that Lauren girl, that Jewish lawyer who was on Beardson's show, if what she said is correct, even like halfway about the the status or the circumstances of her getting her green card, she lied, okay? And lying on your immigration forms and immigration papers to get your green card is like you can get deported for that. Like,
I think you're right about that, Real Vision, by the way, in the chat. I think that might be spot on. Oh, wait, we saw that one. Let's see. Amy Dangerfield unloads on Christian Zionism.
That's already what we had.
Unloads.
That's a shorter version of the clip I already...
I know, yeah, I wasn't going to watch it. I was just going to read some of the comments.
Oh, yeah.
Unloads.
Oh, there it is. Schofield.
Somebody's been unloading Schofield.
Schofield Cope. Yes, the Schofield
scam. The rest of the world has not this problem. Yeah, dude. They act like there's only Zionist and pro-Israel Christians in America. It's all over the world.
700 million of them, guys. The whole thing is just so
50
stupid.
million in America and 700 million around the world, right?
Yeah. Yes. And like...
She's the real deal, somebody says.
The important thing here is too is I would say this, like, look, I'll give them I'm gonna extend a like olive branch to the Christians. I'll say this, okay? I disagree with Christianity. I don't think it's true, all these other things. But this is the serious problem. Right now, in Christianity as a whole, not just Catholicism, not just Protestantism, all Christianity is sort of having this debate on what is our relationship to Judaism? What is our relationship to Jews? Okay. And in that debate, there's lots of arguments going on over the text, over Romans, over Galatians, over what did Paul mean by this or that? What did the Gospels mean by this? What is the mystery of the Jews at the end of time? All these things are being debated in the broader Christian context right now. And what's happening is the quote unquote based Christians, the ones who tell us all how based they are, their only argument is Schofield. Dispensationalism. Okay, that is so far outside of the debate. None of the people having this debate are arguing over dispensationalism. That is a dead, dying ideology for boomers based on the Left Behind series and all sorts of other stuff. The number of dispensationalist young Christians is so incredibly low, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. It's going to die out, okay, as an ideology. So what I would ask those quote unquote base Christians to do is I would ask them to, instead of participating in a straw man version of the debate with their fellow Christians, saying Schofield Bible, dispensationalism all the time, and that being your only argument, your only sticking point, I'm begging you to please actually deal with the context of the argument, which is what is the relationship between Jews and Christians according to the New Testament, according to the Bible? What does Paul say there? And I think you're kind of in a weird spot. I think it's going to be a hard argument to make, but at least fight the argument on those grounds that the rest of your Christians, your philo-Semitic or neutral Christians are having right now. You guys are not even participating in the debate when you do the dispensationalism thing. You're not even participating in the debate. You're arguing over salvation in that clip. You're not even arguing about the topic at hand. So can you guys please get your head in the game and at least try to argue against the philo-Semitic Christians on the basis of the argument instead of just saying, no, you're wrong, you're stupid, Schofield, oh, dispensationalism. Please, I'm begging you, I will help you make arguments, for fuck's sake. Just please stop doing the dispensationalism. Please stop blaming Schofield Bible.
Yeah, it's such a limited hangout. It's so annoying, dude. I wish I could. Where are all my big invites on million subscriber YouTube channels? Bringing on this girl that showed up 5 minutes ago, like she's some authority, like she knows theology. Come on.
And he's had Neil on, there's no reason he couldn't have someone like you.
Fake Christians and fake Jews are destroying our country. Yeah, there you go, dude. It's not just Christians and Jews, it's the fake ones.
Yeah, if they were doing real Judaism and real Christianity, then they'd be fine.
That's called the double no true Scotsman cope right there. This is what I always make fun of too. It's like, oh, it's the fake Christians and the fake Jews, and it's every time, and they give it to us exactly.
And dude, the very first Christians were talking about a restoration of Israel. What the fuck are you guys even talking about? You guys don't even know your own lore. The very first early church fathers were all talking about how the physical restoration of the people in Israel in that land when Jesus would come back. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Yeah. I love how she's like, well, my boyfriend was a Messianic Jew and he went and touched the wall, but he didn't kiss it. But I'm a born base cradle Catholic. Meanwhile, the leader of the Catholics praying at the wall too.
Yeah, can we just stop? Holy shit.
Base. This is what based Catholics look like right here.
Yeah, if you want to be personally Catholic, like I said, I disagree, but I at least just keep it out of the political stuff. Stop mixing it with white identity. Stop mixing it with critiques on Zionism.
Or American nationalism and white identity. Yeah.
Yeah, all those things. Yeah, stop it.
Talks about in there. It's he spent many years in America. I think people forget that, but he talked about going and building relationships with the evangelical churches.
Talking about BB
across the country. He tells you what he's doing.
Yeah.
This is a foreign government guy going and using money with his political ideology to get injected into churches where people are away from the government in a country that has it stipulated in the Constitution, separation between church and state, by the way. This isn't even the state.
Yeah.
This is another state. He's going there and funneling away. And that's who's that fucking psycho bitch that advises Trump now?
Oh, she's the worst.
Audience,
she's
who is he talking about?
I don't remember her name.
Knows, right? Everyone knows.
Paula White.
Paula White's the answer? Okay. let's see how long it takes to ding, 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 ding. Let's see how good the expert on Jews and the Trump administration can.
Yeah, let's bring on this newbie to talk about the Trump psyop and doesn't even know Paula
Imagine
White.
not knowing who Paula White is, you guys. Imagine, just imagine.
Oh my gosh, she just hearing her speak, you get like the heebie-jeebies, like that, like
yeah. If there's such thing as demons,
yeah,
there you go.
it's
oh yeah, she's demonic.
No, that's not her.
That's the chief of staff. No, the spiritual advisor. It's like Paula's.
Yeah.
Did I say Paula Dean? No, that's mean. Paula. It's not Paula Dean. It's like Paula White or Paula.
Brett Cooper did a great video breakdown on her recently.
Paula White Kane.
Brett Cooper.
Yeah.
That's who she's citing as an expert on Paula White. Brett Cooper, who Ben Shapiro's lookalike, who woke up to this question, 6 months ago? Daily Wire employee Brett Cooper, the one who is just in their movie, Brett Cooper. That's who we're citing. So our anti-Zionist flagship girl, who we're putting on the biggest podcast, is talking about, what is that again? Oh yeah, the Daily Wire employee, which by the way, she's done a great job and her content's doing good and she's been doing a lot better and all that other stuff. I'll give it all that. But that's who we're citing as the expert on Paula fucking White? Fuck you. What the hell? We've been talking about White for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can fuck off.
Yeah.
Now you can fuck off. I'm so sick of these people. They're such noobs, right? How could you imagine sitting in that interview and someone saying that and not immediately knowing it was Paula White that he's talking about? It's just so crazy.
Let's hear Nick talk about the low IQ anti-Semites.
And it's sad because you want to have this ecumenical mentality that we're all going to be critical of Israel, we're all going to be on the same team, and then you realize a lot of these people are just idiots. And God help us if they ever get anywhere near power. What is going to be, you tell me, what is going to be the campaign in 2028? It's going to be a collection of alternative medicine gurus, MMA fighters, random conspiracy theorists that used to deliver Domino's pizzas. It's going to be hijabi Muslims. This is going to be the coalition. That's going to be our electoral coalition. Well, let's see. We got the MMA fighters on lock. We got the alternative health experts that are pushing ivermectin to cure cancer and drinking their own urine. We got that covered. We got the hijabis. We have the anti-ICE leftists that want to do a land acknowledgement at the rally. Okay, I think we're in good shape. I think in 2028.
But what? People thinking that more Jewish Messiah worship is going to save us from the Jews? What about those people, Nick? You're forgetting somebody out. Hey, what about the people mad that the Jews killed God? Oh, that's the good coalition?
This is going to be it. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't want anything to do with any of that. That's just like a disgusting freak show, and it's retarded, and I want nothing to do with that. You want to talk about Dominion voting machines and vampires and astral projection, just leave me out of that.
Flat Earth
So I
and
saw that this morning,
Book of
and
Enoch.
honestly, I could not believe it. I'm like, wow, we're really doing this all over again. Here we are again. And they're all pushing it. I think the election was stolen on top of it. You're like, I should have predicted it. Should have been predictable, and yet it still amazes me. I said on Telegram, Gucci backpack, let it go. He lost.
Yeah, they are. Did you see that people are doing that with Massey? Saying he had
They're saying it's rigged because more people voted than previous elections.
Yeah, stuff like that. There's one more Amy clip. I don't know if you want to go on or.
What was the topic of the other one?
It's the Amy 5, the number 5 on the list. It's her going over the sex life of her and her husband, and I think
perfect.
I want to get some sex lectics going on. I want to really get some analyzing going on. What's going on here,
It's
guys?
3 to get above replacement
Can the
levels.
women in chat let us know what's going on here?
Where I'm a little older, we're aiming for at least 3 to get above replacement levels. Hopefully, you gotta do out.
4.
Yeah,
I want 8.
He wanted 8. Yeah, when we were dating, he before we were dating, when we were just friends, he'd always say like, "I want 8 kids. I can't wait to have 8 kids. I'm gonna have a massive family." And then we started dating. I'm a little bit older than him. I'm 30, and so we started dating. I was like, "Dude, I probably can't give you 8 kids, right?" He was like, "Okay, at least 3. At least 3. We'll get married." We got married very quickly after we started dating.
How quickly?
7. We dated for a month before he proposed, and then 7 months later we eloped.
You proposed in a month.
Did you hear that?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
We were best friends for like a year and literally spent every single day together, literally every single day together, 24/7.
So you guys, all right, that's a little different.
Yeah, he friend zoned me. He friend zoned me 3 times.
He friend zoned you
3 times. Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Strategy.
Oh, strategy. I got it. All right.
A guy like me getting a 10 like this?
Set the bar low.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You want what you don't have. Yeah,
Precisely.
apparently.
A
He
10.
came to inform me of this strategy later, but it's too late to be mad
And
about
now
it.
it hasn't taken the luster off?
No.
Now that you know, you've seen behind the candelabra?
I love him so much. He's my best friend in the whole world, and I can't wait. He's gonna be the best dad in the world. I can't wait to have babies with him.
That's awesome. You gotta lead with the we were very good friends for like a year, not the 3 weeks part.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
just think
well, they're
Vegas,
crazy.
drugs,
Yeah, no. We worked together, so our work environment was very stressful when we worked for this former network. We'd literally be there like.
Is this Valuetainment?
Yeah.
Patrick bet
It
David.
was usually like 10, 11 hours per day, and then
They're
we go
spending
back to my
12
house
hours a
and
day
work.
together. She was his little bitch, or he was her little bitch, doing all this stuff for her, doing the video editing, do the clipping. That's what's going on here.
Yeah, we need Clav to fact check the 10 rating that he just gave his wife there. I think Clav would be a little bit more critical and honest.
Yeah, I think the Myron and the Sneeko instantly takes it down by 4 points, so it's just not even possible. And yeah, I can't stand this bitch at this point. She like embodies, she's like the platonic version of all the things that I hate in this scene in one person. She perfectly embodies it, and she's just this type of person we need to get the fuck away from for the sake of our people. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. We have to. It's not an option. These people have been around for 10 plus years doing this shit.
On my show, I had 2 shows on that network, so we would work on it together. We watch comedy together to
Southern
try to alleviate a little bit of the stress. We're both big comedy fans, and I don't drive. I don't know how to drive. I've never learned, so he'd drive me everywhere. We're basically
Very
together, like
anti-feminist of you.
She doesn't know how to drive.
I'm looking at the comments on the YouTube video for this, and one of the top ones says, "Look, it's Sneeko, Myron, and Zerka's girl." That's rough.
Women do cause more car accidents, I will say. So I'm just doing my part, doing my part.
She's not playing with her hair too.
Oh my God. But yeah, we literally spent nearly all of our time together. He'd fall asleep on my couch at like 2 or 3 a.m. I'd have to wake him up, send him on his way.
Oh, you sent him home?
Yeah.
Oh, you really were committed. You were committed to the bed.
He crashed out on the couch and like maybe slept there like a couple of times if I fell asleep beforehand.
I'm also very Christian, so I was saving myself for marriage.
Oh, that's what
So he was like the gay best friend for a year until.
Dude, if my wife ever did this to me on a podcast, shoot me in the face. Kill me. Dude, shoot me in the face. Holy shit. He's literally in the cuff chair.
Saving myself for marriage. I thought, didn't we hear him sleeping, clapping cheeks, or cry? What did the Jewish girl say on Beards?
While they were dating, so they're dating and they agree that they're gonna save each other for marriage. They're gonna do like born again virgin style, where they're not gonna sleep with other people. Both of them, while they were doing that, were sleeping with other people, and he was sleeping with a quote big booty Latina. And while he was crying about it, he said he couldn't help it because she was so bootylicious. He said as he cried.
As he cried.
Oh, that's what you were doing.
Yes, precisely. Yes.
Good for you, man. I haven't heard a story like that in a while.
Yeah.
3 weeks. And how long after the proposal did you get married?
7 months.
7 months.
Yeah, we were wanting to do it within like 3 months, but then again, work was so hard.
You're still a Valuetainment then?
Yes.
Yeah, for much of it.
And then we left and we were just on the road. We just have been doing trips like this. We're on our 4th week here on the road, going on different podcasts and all this stuff. And then finally we were in Vegas.
Oh,
why is the podcast circuit opening the doors for this couple all of a sudden? I don't get it. She's got 35,000 on Twitter. What has this woman ever done? What does she know? What has she done?
I agree with all the stuff that we talk about, but like I think part of it is that they do see, like, they want to fuck around with Nick's stuff without fucking with Nick, because I don't think Julian would have Nick on. Do you? I don't necessarily think he would. I think he'd be nervous about it. It'd be a big deal, the whole thing. So like this is a way for them to like kind of dip their toes into fucking with Nick. That's what I think a lot of this is. That's why they're so popular. You know what I mean? I think that's what's going on here partially, is that these people don't want to have Nick on, but they do want to have Nick on.
Yeah, they're obviously astroturfed. It's weird. I don't see the allure of why everybody is trying to book her for interviews. I don't get it at all.
In Vegas, and we
were there for like a month, and we're like, dude, we want to get married. We want to do it. It's going to cost a lot of money. We're going to keep pushing it down the road.
No.
But yeah, so we're like, let's just do it.
Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get any family in for it, or was just?
They all zoomed in.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Very coded.
They got to see it all. Yeah, absolutely. We had a couple of good friends there, though.
Give him a virtual hug.
When we save up a little bit more money, you know, we'll probably do like a renewing of the vows. I'll bring out my family from Australia. We can do it with his family, and
that's never happening.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, never go back. Exactly.
Like marry his brothers.
Yes.
That's right.
through legal means, of course. Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
She's prettier than me. Is that what it
It's
is?
necessary that illegal. I definitely want
Dude,
to keep
how many times are people gonna fall for a pretty face e-girl?
Did you see that end? She's like totally obsessed with like the idea of like having citizenship, and like she's literally gonna have like anchor babies here, guys. Like she's gonna do the thing that we're all complaining about happening. She's going to have like an anchor baby on American soil, and then that is thus going to like ensure that she has citizenship. She will do it by any legal means necessary. She just said that. She is an Australian anchor baby maker. What the fuck? Like, look, okay, she's white. Like, if white people want to do that here, fine, if that's the policy. But I don't want people like her around in this whole thing. This whole movement thing. And her kids are going to be half Messianic Jewish. So what is even going on here? This is the stupidest thing of all time.
Chat says at least she's white. That's
yeah,
true.
okay, well, I mean, okay.
High standard. High bar to pass, huh?
Being white is just like the bare minimum, guys. We have to be like more than just white. White is not good enough. White is just like assumed. Yeah, it's like, okay, and then, okay, white, yes, and, you know, it can't just be white as the minimum requirement for us to like listen to and value someone's opinion and all those other stuff. It's just the bare minimum requirement, guys.
It's like, oh, a girl put on a MAGA hat and said Jew. Bring her on. Instant overnight e-celeb star. All right, last thing we're going to cover, and then I'll be back tomorrow for another show. Amalek posted this. He says, goodbye, bitch. So this account that attacked me last week that I had never heard of, some no-name, nobody, Meta Prime, says, I'm done too with Twitter. It's a sea of astroturfed influencers and bots at this point. Everything I post to Twitter will be screenshots of my posts from Gab. I suspect I will get much less engagement by metrics, but much more engagement from real people. Yeah, all your real people on Gab, exactly. Oh, only the real ones.
Bye, Felicia. Bye, bitch.
Yeah. So this is today. What was it? Oh, wait, shoot.
It's in the reply to my tweet.
Yeah. When was this? May 11th. So 10 days ago, this guy's his last flailing ditch effort to get a little bit of attention attacks yours truly with some bullshit. He says, I've met people all across the movement, and no one, not even the most diehard pagans, like this guy. Everyone who is serious involved in retaking our country and not just LARPing online understands this guy at best is trolling for engagement, or at worst an op to divide. Couldn't be. I just sincerely don't believe and see the threat that the Bible and this Jewish fictions have on the world. He must be a fed or a troll, blah, blah, blah. And don't let the door hit you on your way out, loser. What?
He's trolling for engagement in this post, little bitch.
Yeah. And attack. I love how they always, nobody's attack me and then claim that I'm dividing.
Totally.
Gab. Yeah, go to Gab, you loser.
Hey, make sure every time this guy ever replies to anything that's not a Gab screenshot, you make sure you send the screenshot of this post to him. He can only talk on Twitter now via Gab screenshot, bitch. You stupid bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Amalek curse, bitch. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Go hang out on Gab where all the real things are happening. Oh, yeah, you guys are just doing online LARP. You guys aren't hanging out on Gab with us. With us real people doing real things in the real world. Get the fuck away from me, you stupid freak.
Yeah, join my meta network on Gab. We're going to take back our country. Not just LARPing like that no more news guy.
He has a whole network website and a whole Substack and all this shit. And all it is like regurgitated new age faggotry for losers. He's a dork. He's not doing anything. His network is retarded. He is an idiot and he's worthless.
Mm-hmm. I don't know anything about him and didn't know who he was until I saw this post. And then everybody called him out and talked shit in the replies too. It's just
we own the replies, stupid bitch.
Now he's done.
Curse.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, he's just seething jealous, just a seething jealous hater trying to take a shot at me. And now he's taking his ball and he's going to run home. Oh no.
Oh no, no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, go back to Gab. It's probably better for you over on Gab with all the real patriots.
Doing real.
There's no LARPers. There's no E-Crusader LARPers on Gab, I'm sure. LARPing is Jews.
100% real people on Gab doing real things in the real world.
Yeah.
Bye.
We win by giving up on Twitter and attacking other people that are better than you and then running to Gab. That's how you win. All right. Anyway, just had to take a little victory lap on that loser that wanted to take shots on me. Anyway, we'll cover this stuff tomorrow. The return to the land is getting sued by some Jewish woman. I'll get deeper into that, some other Christian stuff, and whatever else comes up. We'll have a big Friday show. Appreciate you guys all for watching. Thanks, Amalek, for joining and for the clips as well. Like, share, subscribe, comment below, clip the show, sign up for Substack VIP book clubs we'll have on Sunday night, 8 p.m.
Have a good one, guys.
And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.